I'm not talking to you. You broke my fridge. That was great, dude.
Sir, I hear sirens.
I know. You know, Orlando's not as safe as it used to be. You know?
No.
Nope.
It's all this Puerto Ricans that moved.
For real. Where the hell are they coming from?
I don't know.
The worst part, they're not even coming from Puerto Rico. They're coming from New York.
Exactly.
What the hell is that?
It's the New York and Puerto Rican.
Damn New Yorkers.
The worst breed. Oh, you know.
Wait. I am an ex-New Yorker.
Well, I'm not saying anything.
And I will have you know that you are absolutely right.
This is the reason. This is the reason.
The reason.
They're looking for you.
The reason. Oh, they're coming down for me?
Yes.
Oh, well, it could be.
They could be.
I may owe money to some people that will remain nameless.
The mafia.
No.
I told you not to get involved with the triad.
I don't think the triads were in the Bronx.
No?
No.
Well, you would know. You have the connection. You have the connections.
We drove them out. We were like, no, man, there's no space.
Oh, that's my bad. You're Italian. Yeah. You're Italian hands.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome back, everyone. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 121.
Welcome back. This is not Arnaldo, but I can confirm that this is episode 121 of GG's, the Mouthful Podcast.
Thank you so much, sir. And yes, thank you for the confirmation. Sir?
It's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
It's confirmed. This is 122.
This is 121.
We're checking.
Wait. 122 or 121? You just said 122.
I said 122?
Yes.
You see? I was testing you.
We're already messing up.
I was testing you.
Are you serious?
121.
It is.
I was just checking to see if you were paying attention.
All right. We're all on the same page.
And we're syncing in 3, 2, 1, and sync. All right. 121.
That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister.
Hello, Gartner.
Thank you so much for that, sir. If this is your first time tuning in, first of all, thank you so much. What we would love for you to do is to go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. And, of course, we would love even more if you were to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with everyone, most particularly people you don't like. Because
exactly.
We will. That is our motto. We will win over the people you don't like.
And if you do both, actually, if you manage to just pause the podcast right now and do both and then come back, we will love you especially.
Oh, yes. We would get all Barry White up in this, man.
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
The original Barry.
Wait, Barry Manilow is the "It's So Unusual to Be There." Is that not? I don't know. I know that's the song that what's his name from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Man loves a woman. Oh, wait a minute. That's from South Park.
That is not.
That is South. Yes, it is.
That is not South Park.
That is Chef from South Park. You can go. I will find you the YouTube video right now.
Chef from South Park is.
I wanna make love to you, woman.
No.
Lay you down by the fire.
It's sucking my chocolate salted ball.
Put it in your mouth and suck it. I'm sucking.
All right, so we started the show a little bit odd than we normally do.
Yeah, no, this is the same thing that we do every time. This is our third take.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Ananda couldn't reach the high on his sweet chocolate salty ball where he was singing that part. I mean,
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
Put it in your mouth.
I can't do it.
No, I'm not asking you to.
No, I'm saying I can't hit that high level.
Gotcha.
What is wrong with you?
Okay.
Moving on,
It's
guys.
a Friday.
I swear to God, the podcast is not normally about this for any new listeners. What we normally do, guys, we go into our first segment, which is what we have been up to. And we move on to some news items and then finally we finish with our hot topic of the week. Mm-hmm. This week's hot topic is the DCEU Roadmap. They're basically their lineup of all the films, and you will be surprised to know that they have a bunch of films planned. It's like, where the hell are these people coming from?
You will be surprised to find out that they do have a roadmap.
They do have a roadmap.
Still.
I think they're still a little lost. Maybe took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, but that's okay.
Sir, I want to bring a segment back. Just because I feel like we started with this and then we kind of lay it on the website, on the wayside, and this is important, not on the website.
Yes.
What are we drinking today, sir?
Yes, we are drinking an awesome brew by it's called a Golden Monkey.
Golden Monkey, and it is a triple, TRIPEL. Which is usually a high proof beer. This is actually 9.6%. Wow.
Which is almost double what normal beers are normally at. And you can actually taste it and smell it. It probably hurts your eyes a little bit, but that's okay.
They smell they smell very strongly. It also leaves that taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I got to say it doesn't, like, what do you call it when you're trying to you know when you're pouring and it makes it bubbly, it gives you that like bubbly head. But then it dissolves away, too fast, and then it makes you feel like it's watery, but it's not watery at all.
Yeah.
Once you take a hit of it, it's
this is not like a Guinness or something like that. Will carry that head for a while. This it's because it's high proof. It tends to have the foam. Yeah, the foam tends to roll away pretty quickly. But yeah, it's actually pretty good, and we're gonna sip slow because again, it's a little high proof.
And we're lightweights. Or at
Speak
least
for
I
yourself, yes.
At least I am.
All right, guys, so let's start with what we always start with, and that is what have we been up to? Mr. Santos, what you been up to?
Well, glad you asked. I saw...
and we're done. So, no. Go ahead, sir.
I saw a movie. I rewatched. I've seen this movie many times. It's one of my all-time favorites. And I had to introduce my wife to this movie because she hasn't seen it. Office Space.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes. What do you mean, really?
I will let you tell. Just go ahead and tell, and I will fill you in on what I feel about it.
Absolutely love this movie. It is one of the. I think I even posted if you have a boss or if you yourself are considering management position, this movie should be a required watch.
Oh, wow.
And even with the tones, even with the silliness, even with the with the cussing and the sexuality and stuff like that, it teaches you so much, and it makes you relate a lot with those that work on office life. Obviously, on the group we have a very diverse group of people that they work on all sorts of different things, and I kind of envy those that get to stretch your legs outside
throughout the day, or maybe you're driving. I personally don't like driving a lot, but if I had a job where I was like delivering or on a truck, like a 6-wheeler, like Chakra, something like that it sounds really cool. It sounds really neat. So, but for the rest of us that have a 9 to 5, at an office, the media jobs, you have a phone that you're either tethered to or have to answer every time it rings.
Or have to answer, exactly. You either have to answer it so much that you need to have a headset or not.
Or you have carpal tunnel because you have to pick it up.
Yes. This is a movie that nails it in the head so much. Like, I feel almost silly. This is a movie that has been, this is early, like I think mid 90s.
Yeah, I think it's mid 90s.
Yeah, I want to say probably 97, 98. So it's definitely not a recent movie. Yeah, it is one that speaks even to today. Yeah,
because offices for the most part have not changed.
No, that dynamic, really hasn't, and it's kind of sad because we're supposed to live in the age of technology. It almost makes me wish, even though I'm not that this fond of like sequelitis, but almost maybe what would Office Space 2 will be in this stage, in this era of everybody on their phones,
cell phones, and everything.
Where if you're walking to the bathroom, you're looking at your phone while you're walking to the bathroom, like literally.
Maybe using the phone while you're on the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. I mean? That's I couldn't go any other way. You know? I've already trained my butt to not accept.
Do not release.
Do not release until Instagram. So bad. So yeah, it is. What is there more to say? This is not a movie we should be like, spoiling or saying anything like that. It's a really old movie, but you can still.
It's 1999. I mean, we can talk about it.
We don't have to
go into detail, but I mean, we can still.
Okay, all right.
But realistically, I saw this. I didn't see this movie until very recently.
Really?
It was one of those where people are like, oh, dude, you got to see Office Space, you know what I mean? And all this, it's everybody speaks so highly about it.
It's the comedy Pulp Fiction. Come on.
No, it's not.
Comedy Pulp Fiction.
So I watched it and I was just like, yeah, but like the guy, yeah.
I was just about to say you just did the guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to not watch this ever again.
Oh my god, you are out of your mind.
It had good moments.
Prepare for the shitstorm that's gonna be.
I'm sure it's coming.
The comments.
I'm sure it's coming
because. Oh my god!
For the like I said, I found some humorous parts, especially the whole copier
destroying of the
copier thing. And it had other humorous parts, but for the most part, dude, it was just okay. It was just okay at best.
The guy's name was Michael Bolton. One of the guys, it was Michael Bolton.
Who would be in our job right now? You don't have to say it. Well,
dude, I was thinking of that. I was thinking like the different characters. Okay, who is different character? But it's I don't know.
It's an amalgamation. Like one person we know can be like an amalgamation of two or three characters.
Yeah. But you will definitely put characters to this character.
Yes,
you will put the persons that you work around. To this character, and even your boss, if you happen to have that type of boss that represents
exactly.
It's like,
which if you do, my heart goes out to
and
you.
especially the forced socializing that sometimes they try to have, like and remember. Next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
Oh my God, that's right.
You could you could bring your Hawaiian, and
that reminds me of a certain time that probably 2 weeks ago where I came in with a Hawaiian shirt because it was Hawaiian Shirt Day. It was I don't know.
It was a luau.
It was something.
Luau, so they were having something.
Nothing was cooking for the record, but yes, it was a luau.
The birthday celebrations also.
Her birthday again. Okay.
Hey, dude, how can you even say that? I mean, okay.
Like I said,
it's not like
it's relatable, but
yeah, exactly. This is not the this is a cult classic.
Yeah.
This is not like the best movie or anything like that. It's just,
which is what I realized after watching. I'm like, okay, obviously I missed the boat on this. It's just I wasn't there when it first came out. And I waited way too long. Oh no, definitely. But a lot of the humor in it just doesn't hit me as much as somebody else who's seen it a million times since it came out. You know what I mean? So, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
Did Judy like it?
Yeah.
Did she find it funny?
Yeah. She and again, she was doing the same thing where she was like comparing. Oh my God, this person from work. This person from work.
Yeah.
And it's because
that's the truth.
It lends itself to that, dude. It's a very lighthearted comedy with nothing like crazy turvy reveals or anything like that. It's just have fun and relate to this.
And relate, yeah.
So I did that. I've been playing. I've been in sort of a loss, until recently. I think I finally got the game that I'm playing, that I'm continuing playing,
the regular game.
The regular game, yes, because even though. Yes, Dead Cell is there, and I love Dead Cells. It's really good, great game. And the more I play, the more you unlock and the more you discover. I cannot play it the way you play it. I cannot put 4 hours consecutively. Just I got killed. Let me just try it again. Start from the beginning. got killed. Let me start again from the beginning consecutively. I can't do that. To me, the way I play it, honestly, is the run of the day. This is going to be the run of the day. And I might have two, but they're going to be separated by a long quit the game, play something else, or go out or do whatever, come back, and then try another run. Because I feel like if I try to play it black, and this is me. This is definitely me. This is not a fault of the game. If I play it consecutively, it feels too repetitive, but I realize that it is a cool game and it has cool mechanics and it does make you feel awesome when you're pulling out this because you're practicing. Obviously, you every time you get killed, you go back to the beginning and now you know a little bit more and you might have some extra weapons or stuff unlocked. So now I feel like I can clear that first stage with my eyes closed. Like I am, I'm not like the first few times I will be very careful opening doors and waiting for the right moment.
Oh, to smash the door in the face.
Now I just go in. Now I don't care if I'm going to hit them or not because I know even if you're far from the door, I'm still going to get you. I'm still going to hit you with something. I don't care. I'm not playing. But even with how much I'm enjoying Dead Cell and playing it just for a run, that let's say is what 30 minutes to an hour game time, and then what is the game that I want to sink myself and continue? What is the game that grabs me? And right now, I mean, I told you I was trying on WoW for a little bit because of that expansion was coming in, and I wanted to see if it'll recapture the magic of early days, and then I realized, oh no, this is just more WoW. So I left that, but I kind of had the MMO itch at that point. So Bethesda had like a lengthy
demo
or trial of ESO, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
So I installed that, and I was, I played a character that I didn't realize I still had. I bought the game the first time just to try it out, and it wasn't bad or anything like that, but I wasn't ready for it, so I just returned. I just did the Steam refund because I played less than 2 hours, but I had created a character. I went back, tried to play that character, and the game had changed so much that somehow it bugged the beginning part, or maybe it was something. It was too different that when my character responds spawned there was no way out of it. There was no way out of the tutorial area, so I was stuck. And then I was like, okay, I knew why I did. I stopped playing this. Forget it. This is the Bethesda jank.
Oh my god!
Forget it.
Sure, blame them for you not coming back. Take it forever to come back.
Bethesda World of Warcraft, I could play the oldest character that I played from like back when the Burning Crusade, and if I go in now, it'll pick up. And it'll be, it will not. I will not face those problems. It doesn't matter what kind of like old ass gear I will have or anything like that. It'll bring me up. On that one, it left me stuck. Like literally, stuck at the beginning. So I left it. But then I picked it up again, and I made another character, and I started running, and I was like, yeah, this is not Skyrim, or just the next. The next Elder Scrolls single player game. But as an MMO, this is enjoyable. And this is one that, when it came out, it was very poorly done.
Oh, really?
Like, you could not quest with your friends, because if your friends were... it was almost like the Monster Hunter World thing of, oh, I did the mission, therefore, you can't... If you haven't done... if you haven't gone to the level that I am, that you can't play with me.
Oh yeah.
Or but worse, because you will be together with the character, but almost in different phases, almost like in different
two different realms.
Two different realms. Even though you will see each other, you will not see, for example, the action that I was taking with another character. Yeah, and it'll look like I was talking to myself, basically.
You're standing there waiting.
Yeah, standing. Exactly. So it was, but they fixed that. Right now the game is in a position where if you like MMOs, it's pretty cool. I saw Chakra playing last night, or at least it mentioned that he was.
Shout out to Chakra.
Shout out to John Chacon, aka Chakrod. So I played that a little bit, but I knew that I wasn't going to spend the money to buy, because that was the trial. I wasn't going to spend the money, and the problem with the game also is that yes, you can buy the regular version, which I think it was on sale. It must have been like $10, I think. And but it has that pay to winish mechanic where the people that are paying the subscription, they're gaining experience twice as fast, and they have a stipend of gold or whatever that they can use, and it's that mechanic which makes me go like, man, I wish it was like WoW, where it's the price that it is $15 per month, unfortunately still, but everybody's on equal level, everybody's on play, or at least
when it comes to experience wise and all that.
Yeah. So I had to drop that. But report, if you like MMOs and you're looking for something different than WoW, ESO is it's pretty good. Okay, it's pretty good.
I've heard. I'm not into MMOs, but I have heard that from launch to now, ESO has significantly improved, and it's actually flourishing. Has quite the fan base and player base.
In a way, I would say it almost. Because you say you're not into MMOs, but you play Destiny. Not that you will continue playing Destiny.
Yeah, I played Destiny the single player. Yes.
You play Destiny the single player, true. But I mean, you play with players. At some point you play with friends, And I'm not comparing it exactly, but a little bit, in the sense that the MMO of that. Well, usually when people hear MMOs, people think of pressing buttons and cooldowns and your actions. Your actions is just a movement that kind of scrapes the mob, for example, and it doesn't have the weight of an actual hit. Well, ESO is a little bit more actiony, so it feels like playing that in a third person Skyrim, but done a little bit better than Skyrim did itself.
So playing ESO now twice, buying it early on and playing now, do you see what they could be trying to bring to Fallout 76? Do you see, because the concern's always been, even with me, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to, but do you kind of see what their vision is, or kind of maybe foresee what they're trying to do? And do you have any faith that they can actually pull it off?
I do. I do feel like, I mean, they have, and not that I say this is Bethesda, but it's been handled by different studios within themselves. So the tech of ESO is not necessarily the tech of Fallout. But I mean, it could be. I honestly don't know. But the fact that they got this down, I have faith in the fact that Fallout 76 could actually, could also, yeah. That said, Fallout 76 might not be for everybody. I would not, even you, I will say you probably want to hold off on it, because it is at the core, it is that MMO-ish, thing of a game that you have to spend too much time on it. And
I am excited for it because I like Fallout. I actually really do like Fallout. Fallout 3, I think, is my favorite though.
Yeah.
And I don't think this game's ever going to get close to that, because even Fallout 4 couldn't bring that back. But that said, I was excited when I saw it, and then when they started mentioning the online, but then they were like, it's not going to be a massive thing, it's going to be few people within the area because they're survivors, and I'm okay, that makes sense. So little things kind of had me like, oh yeah, and then they'll mention something else like, oh, okay, that's a little now on the MMO side. Take it back. Yeah, so now I am kind of on the fence. We'll wait to see, but I got to be honest, if I see a lot of people in my chat and all a chat party that we tend to have, and they're all playing, I can see myself being swayed. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, okay, well, I mean, we're all gonna just join. If
it's a game where a lot of people do it, then I'll be down.
Yeah,
I'll be down playing it. God knows that I do like just like you, I like that universe better than I like the ESO, the Elder Scrolls. I feel like, and I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, but I feel like that it's time to
check the beer. Yeah,
to check the beer.
Check the baby.
Checking the beer check. All right, and we're back. I feel like Elder Scrolls, to me feels way too generic of a fantasy world.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is.
It's got dragons, it's got magic, it's got swords, arrows,
but doesn't do anything special.
Yeah.
with them.
Could
at least. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, because it could be the systems that are special. That those internal clocks that are happening in the background that you don't see.
I think it's the lore. World of Warcraft looks super outdated, and it plays also like a really old game. But by God, those stories are interesting and those characters are fascinating. Like I've been spending
That's what keeps people there. Then
I've been spending time on YouTube just watching, and hearing about lore of WoW because Blizzard knows how to do lore so well. And that is not to say that the lore on Skyrim, for example, or a game like Skyrim is crap. It's just that it feels like I don't feel like there's anything like there's not interesting characters. There's not even the factions are interesting. I think the most interesting faction that you hear on Elder Scrolls is the Assassins. What's it called? I was gonna call it the Assassin's Creed.
Where? In Elder Scrolls?
In Elder Scrolls, there is an Assassin's Guild.
Oh, okay.
And there was the one that gave you the most interesting quest in those games, in Oblivion and also in Skyrim, I want to say. But that was it. Like I don't really care about every in the universe of ESO. It feels like every area could be its own independent game. It doesn't have that cohesion of other of other MMOs. And yeah, so they didn't really grab me.
Okay.
I didn't care making a character that would look cool because even when
you're like I'm not even gonna spend that much time here. Yeah.
No, and yes, and also even then reaching that, my character will just look like a super generic.
Knight or
whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's nothing special, So I was on my wit's end. I was like, well, I guess it's Death Cells, and I'll just play for a little bit, and then I'll just go out and whatever. But then I remember I owe Final Fantasy 12.
You do.
So I started playing
the Zodiac Age.
I started playing Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age.
That is I'm sorry, and this is going to sound probably blasphemous to a lot of people.
No,
but I freaking really, really dig Final Fantasy 12.
100,000% with you on that one. I mean, aside from the main character, which is the only thing that I do not like Vaughn, but almost calling him a main character is almost... Like it doesn't have to be. Like this story, it could be about, or so far, it could be about the character that you really care of. It's more about the world, and that is a Final Fantasy that took lore seriously.
Yes.
That was a little more mature.
Yes, storyline was very political.
The storyline was very political. Yeah, it was very political. It was a story that you needed to keep track of what was happening. It was not the typical. Like I even feel Final Fantasy 15 went on that route of, and they guard the crystals, because there's always a freaking crystal,
of course, the
crystal of whatever, and all this crap that they give you on, just it feels like filler. No, over here, Final Fantasy 12 feels like the only Final Fantasy where a book about that universe or a movie about that universe will make sense.
It will work, yeah.
It will make sense, and nothing else. Even as much as we will love, and they're expecting Final Fantasy 7, the remake and whatever. And oh my god, Final Fantasy 7, yeah. But even Final Fantasy 7, which admittedly the story was great, but even that also like stretched it into the super, the crystals and the thing.
The Gaia and
Gaia. I like Final Fantasy 7. I like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 8, for example, I thought that was like silly. Like, oh yeah, you have a school that a school that trains soldiers, like a high school, like a regular high school,
and that floats around.
And you're a seed, and your school is a garden.
Yeah.
And by the way, your school, your whole campus is your little ship, because you moved the whole school to travel to play. Like that thing was fucking ridiculous. I was not down, even though it has the best weapon still, the revolver, the gunblade, best weapon in Final Fantasy ever of any Final Fantasy. Yes, better than the Buster Sword for those unbelievers. Much better than Buster. The Buster Sword it's crap. It's a Buster. Now it becomes that is. I'm afraid
all the hate's going your way now.
No. I'm gonna be ranking all Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy 9 was so fantastical, but it was Final Fantasy 9 is great. But going back to Final Fantasy 12, I picked it up. It's a game where, yes, the graphics, even though with the remake and all that, you're still gonna notice, hey, this is like the lip syncing is not the best, or it's non-existent, I should say, and it has those. I don't know if I should call them tropes, but it is a PlayStation 2 game. That said, it has improvement. Like, I love what they did with the Zodiac Age, with the Zodiac job system, where right now, I don't know if you remember on Final Fantasy 12, it was all about opening the license board, and your license board you had to unlock. Well, you have to unlock licenses so you can pick up weapons or anything, and stuff like that. But it was hard to specialize on something like make a cool character, because every character could be just an amalgamation of each other, So there was it didn't feel like there was specialities. On this time, there is, like, if you want to be a white mage, it just gives you the licenses for the white mage, but it opens it up where you can have a lot of things. And you can make weird combinations where you could have Penelo, which is the Vaughn's sister, which is like a tiny thing, and she could be carrying the biggest baddest sword, for example. If you want to make her, like, I was like, you know what, Van, you suck. I'm just going to make you the weakest character because I don't care about you that much. You're going to be my white mage.
I remember that if I'm not mistaken, you're able to, when you're out in the world, on the overworld, you're able to control a specific character, and they're the ones who are kind of heading up whatever. And I was never Vaughn, ever. Yeah. Whenever I had a chance to be someone else, pick someone else. I was never you. Yeah. Vaughn, you're just along for the ride. Yeah. Everybody else is...
You have the leader. You can make your leader, and everybody else follows you. Correct, and I don't want anybody following Van because it's ridiculous. First of all, put up a shirt. You
like a third of a tunic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, he has like a vest, but he's like he doesn't have a shirt on. His abs is like at his chest. Yeah. Also, that's another thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was kind of the character design for that character was bullshit. Every other character, I feel like it was well made.
Well done.
Yeah. So
especially the judges, man.
The judges were awesome. Yeah,
there were some fearsome characters, dude.
Yeah,
I was just like, this is what I'm talking about. When you see them and you don't actually. Oh, I guess we're not facing them right now, but obviously I will eventually. You know? And then when you see them again, that dread comes back. It's like, son of a bitch, you got to fight this dude now. You know what I mean?
You said judge and dread on the same sentence.
I know.
Judge Dredd.
Could be, a Freudian slip, or probably I mean it.
Judge Dredd. All right.
But yeah, no, I remember though. The Final Fantasy 12 has to be one of my favorites. Right behind the best. Maybe not be the best, but right behind the best because it really is. I put 102 hours into it. I'll never forget. And then I was at some point, something happened, something else came by, and then months passed. And then I went back to it, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
I think that happened to me 3 times. Like, this is the time that I intend to finish it. If I don't finish it now, it's like, I can forget it. I'm never going to finish this. I tell you though, for an older game, 10,000 times better and more entertaining than freaking Final Fantasy 15 by a long shot.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 15 is all look and no substance. On this one, the characters are interesting. The world is enticing. The music is amazing.
I honestly,
one of the best soundtrack.
I like toyed with the thought of getting it again. I was like, I would love to revisit that work because I remember really, really enjoying this. But I know how much time I would have to put into it. And yes, for the most part, I did a lot of grind. This is back in the day when I didn't mind the grind, you know what I mean? Because I had plenty of time to play. I don't have that time anymore. You know what I mean? I always did the grind because I wanted, whenever I knew the next mission is going to be here, like I saw that over here, between here and there, I'd spend a good 2 hours just grinding and then go to that thing. You know what I mean?
What if I told you that you can forward time?
Walk
faster. No. And you know what? I said I wasn't going to use it also, and I felt dirty for doing so. But once I clear an area of monsters, if I need to get to the other side of the map, I'm putting that bitch on.
Yeah.
Because all I'm doing is walking,
Although, but I would actually challenge monsters along the way, which you can still see them on the map too, which was another great addition to this series.
That's right. And it had one of the most interesting battle systems also, where is
the Gambit system.
Literally, the Gambit system. You literally program the AI of your other characters, and you expand on them because you could actually buy more gambits, quote unquote gambits.
And it was so intricate. All the little details that you can actually program.
Yeah.
I was like, this is genius. This is absolute genius. And a lot of people, but it's like it's on autoplay. I'm like, I wasn't autoplaying it. I was always paying attention because I would take control if I needed to, and I would adjust stuff, or I would like, all right, this one's already done. I'm going to finish him off with this person.
Dude, I got killed yesterday.
Yeah. Oh wow,
I got killed yesterday, and I had a moment where I realized I have never seen the game over screen on this game, and I got killed yesterday, and I was like, okay, they changed shit here.
Yeah.
There's some things I don't remember this monster because I remember being strong enough, being careful enough to just like destroy everything as I was walking. But no, I got my ass handed to me.
Early on, I didn't use the gambits much. It wasn't until much later that I set that shit up.
Yeah, another thing that I was quite pleased to find, and this is just for PC gamers. 21:9 support, which was surprising. It was like
how about those cutscenes?
Yeah,
I'm sure that looks wonderful on a 20:21.
No, so I will not play the game if it looks stretched. I'll tell you right now. The most I could.
Were they stretched, or was it just like real, like just a fraction?
No,
fraction of your screen, basically.
I'll tell you everything. Everything.
Uh-huh.
So if a game stretches, if there's a game and it stretches any part, like whether it's the HUD or the cutscenes or it's cutting something off or anything like that, I will not do 21:9. 21:9 is that super widescreen. It's more than 16:9 basically.
Yeah.
So this one, when in gameplay in regular game. Super smooth. Everything, everything good. Everything looks great at that. It doesn't have bars or anything like that. When it goes into a cutscene, though, what it does is that it goes into 16:9. Okay.
Okay.
Which is fine. I will be okay. However, I guess it goes into the PlayStation mode. Remember that the PlayStation, it will not fill the screen. Mm-hmm. What it did was it gave you the top. The top of the door from the, let's say 3/4 up to the screen, it'll give you the cutscene. The bottom was just a black bar for some reason.
Wow.
So on a 21:9, what it looks like is just a square that is connected at the top of the screen, and you have black bars on the side and a black bar at the bottom. So it almost feels like suddenly your cutscene
your window got minimized a little bit.
It looks like your window got minimized.
That's hilarious.
Not so bad that it'll make it unplayable. Don't get me wrong. It's still, you can still enjoy the the cutscenes quite a bit.
Their cutscenes are top notch.
But it's silly going from a cutscene like that, and then when it goes back to the game, it's just the whole screen.
Full 21:9. Wow.
It is kind of funny. Retouch music, I guess orchestrated music. Mm-hmm. Although I feel I have mixed bag on that. I feel like some music is enhanced. Mm-hmm. Some of the music I prefer the original, to it, whether it's because of nostalgia or whatnot. But I still listen to the orchestrated one because I want to see the interpretations, and it's not that different. Honestly, it just feels like they're playing the exact same song. They're not really changing anything. They're playing the exact same music. So that's so that's fine. And that's that. I'm looking forward to hopefully finishing this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And sir, that is all that I've been doing. Not much, like I said.
No, those two games. Sounds like a lot of flip flopping back and forth. That's all right.
Yeah, yeah. I feel I need that game. I need that Spider-Man to be released so that I can. I had it with God of War. Was that it was the game that I would just sit down and I will play.
I have so it's this funny thing. The 20th of this month, New Game Plus is coming to God of War, and I'm like sitting here going, "Am I going to go back to God of War?" I did not uninstall it, which I had intended to do. I was like, I'm finished. I did everything I wanted to do. I took out all of the Valkyries I can. I was like, I think I got my fill of this game. You know what I mean? And then they mentioned New Game Plus. I was like, oh no, I can't uninstall it. I got to do it now. And my son is playing it right now. And I was like, Nick, you have until the 20th of August to finish that shit.
Wrap that shit up because
it's coming back. I got New Game Plus. But now I'm going, am I really going to go back? Like, I feel like I don't think I would
try it. I think I'll start playing it, and I'll see where it takes me. If it grabs me and it keeps me, then I'll go. But then we have to remember, Spider-Man is coming next month,
and I have other games that I need to play.
And you have other games,
and I'm trying to right now. I'm trying to the mode I'm playing. I'm still playing Dead Cells. I am trying to beat Dead Cells. And I'm having fun. I'm not in any way frustrated with it. I am frustrated with it with the way you play it, but because you are playing it wrong, my friend.
I'm playing it wrong. Yes. Tell me how I'm playing it wrong.
You do one run and then you're out, and it's like, what are you doing? No, you have to go back. You have, because the problem is the time between runs is keeping you from getting better. Yeah. Dude, I had a run the other day. Chaos, he chimed in on the chat, and I was in the middle of the run or early in the run. Before I know it, it's over an hour, and I have yet to die once. And I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at. I'm just like trying new stuff, whatever. I'm like, that is the only way to play this game, because if the further away you keep yourself from it, the more it's going to feel like you're constantly having to relearn stuff and all this stuff. I freaking love it, dude. It is slowly, and I know this may sound crazy. This might sound crazy, people. So sit down, and put the pitchforks down. All right,
stop the car.
This may
pull
sound
over.
Yeah, and wait for me to say it before you keep driving. And that is, I think this may be my game of the year. As much as I love,
you are great. No,
dude,
I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. I understand where you're coming from.
It is all I want to play. At the moment I get in, it's
God of War, dude.
I know. And God of War is great. God of War is top notch, but there's a grasp that this game has on me that I myself didn't even think it was gonna be possible. I knew I was gonna enjoy it from what I seen. I just didn't know it was gonna be like this. I don't mind starting over. It's almost funny. The only time I do mind starting over is when it happens in a run, and it happens on the dumbest thing that I do. Like, so example, the other day I ended up getting a extremely OP sword. Okay, it was a balanced sword that had over 4,000 DPS.
Damn.
Okay, and I fell in love with. Dude, I was one hitting everything. It was just.
Don't tell me you got cocky.
Well, I did get cocky, and of course, the sword also came with its what do you call it? With its downsides, and that is basically, for using the sword, you are going to receive 300% more damage per hit. So
you shall give it and you shall receive it.
So what I started doing, I was like, that's okay. I'm all right. I'm going to just put all my, every time I get a new power up, I'm just going to put it all towards the green. Just keep my health as high as possible. You know what I mean?
Because you don't need the brutality because you already have the Mega Sword.
Exactly. This is going to be perfect. And it was working, dude. I cleared levels. I was just like this. It almost got a little too easy. I was like, this is almost embarrassing, you know? And then what happened? I jumped, like I'm in an area, I can't remember which, I think it was like the Stilt Town or something like that. And so I jumped down, and you know how you jump and you kind of push down an X and it comes slamming down?
The Mario butt stump, I call it.
Yeah.
The butt stump, yeah.
The butt stump. We'll call it the butt stump.
Yeah.
And so I do that, not knowing what's below me. I land in an area, and the area is just swarming with things, and they're on both sides.
With enemies.
So, and of course, I have a sword that's a masterful sword that's going to kill everybody in one hit,
like,
right?
Do not fear. Yeah. I have my trusty sword right here.
Exactly. So I'm swinging away, and I was doing all right, but man, I was taking hits, and it didn't take. It was coming from both sides, and there's this one dude with this fucking cannon, right? He shoots a cannonball and it rolls and it just blows up and it launches you, dude. And that was it, dude. It was over. I was like,
and there goes your trusty, beautiful sword.
Yeah, it was like, it was a nice little run, but I still enjoy it. That's what my point is to say that little moment, while I knew wasn't going to last, I was like, I am probably going to go, especially if I go into an area I don't know. You know what I mean?
I got a weapon like that also, like the one that you described. When I also saw the thing where it says, and 100% of damage, you get 100% of damage also. And it was like an epic. And I was like, nope, I ain't touching this.
Dude, but you had, I'll keep
my combination.
Wasn't that a bow? With a bow, it makes a little more sense. You don't have to be up on near anybody. You can shoot them from far. You know what I mean?
I still find a way to get hurt. It's me.
Fair enough. Anyway, Dead Cells, guys, definitely one of the GOTYs of the year. And that's really all I've been playing. So I really have nothing else.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, other than say, I did see a movie.
Okay,
and
before you talk about the movie, I just need to have this out so that it's in the open, so we can clear the tension. Chaos Reaper, this message is for you, bro. All right, so I just want to make it clear. I love you. You're my brother, bro. I'll go heaven and earth, bro. You're bro. All right, now. When you send me invites, here's the way that I play. Here's the way that I play my games. All right. When I'm playing games, I'm in the zone, and that doesn't say that I'm in the zone kicking ass or like being awesome or anything like that. No, I could be sucking ass, but I can't play a game when someone is talking. So. Unless it's a multiplayer game, obviously a Destiny, an Overwatch, Monster Hunter World, those type of games. Of course, it doesn't matter. Story is secondary to you're hanging out with your friends. If I'm playing a single player game, and maybe and this is not with Dead Cells because I don't have Dead Cells on PlayStation 4, so I don't see you on PlayStation 4. But when you see me on PlayStation 4, I'm probably playing a single player game. And it's not that I'm ignoring, bro. Honestly, it's not that. It's just that I know that if I start talking, I'm not going to play. And I have limited playing time. So it's either one or the other. It's not that I ignore. It's not that I try to ignore you or anything like that. I don't even... Dude, you can ask Arnaldo. I don't even play with him. Or I don't even talk to him when I'm playing a single player game. And when I see him playing single player games, I don't bother him either. Because I know that I know what it is, and I know that, so just want to clarify that.
There have been. I mean, I've never if I get the invite, I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. Like with Dead Cells, it's like I'm not gonna.
Yeah, with Dead Cells, you don't really have to.
I don't have to. I don't, and I'm sure they can tell half the time because I'm saying a sentence and it takes like a minute to say it because I'm playing at the same time. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm still, so that, it is what it is, but I hear you, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's still funny. It's still funny because he brings it up, and I'm like, he's not being rude. He's just he has happened. So I just want to clarify that, make sure that we're still friends because. Well, we'll get his response at some point.
It'll be posted.
The movie that I saw was the Netflix original Extinction.
My wife watched that.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that.
And I gotta say, it was no bueno. So the
surprise.
The concept that they have going
sounded really cool.
Is pretty good.
Yeah.
The delivery of this concept and the overall product that you get in the end is really low budget.
I was just gonna say really cheap.
It was. I mean, I can see. I was like, oh my! Like some things
you
were
can
like
see the strings.
Some things I was just like, okay, this actually all right. And then other things, man, did it ever take me out of it? I was like, that is such a green screen. If I have ever seen a freaking green screen, guys, it is. Oh God, it's so sad because I love Michael Pena. I love the concept they were going with. But I couldn't get past the fact that it just felt so low budget. And when it comes to sci-fi, you gotta spend the money, man. You have to spend the money to sell the idea. And they did not. And my sister-in-law saw it. She liked it, but I was like, no. When I told her my problem, she goes, "Yeah, I had a feeling you're gonna have a problem with that." I was like, "Yeah." I couldn't get past it, and it is so bad. I mean, it is. Like Sci-Fi Channel bad. You know what I'm like?
Sharknado level.
We're not that bad. Nothing is that bad except for Sharknado.
Except for the second one.
Each sequel is just worse than the first one. Yeah. God, I think they're up to like 5 now.
6. I heard it's 6.
Is it 6? Oh my God. Anyway, so I can't recommend this movie. You know what I mean?
Even though we recommended the trailer, we were very excited about that trailer.
Well, I mean, it was a trailer of the week because it was an exciting trailer. Yeah. And the trailer is still a good trailer when you watch it.
Yeah.
And what's beautiful about it is that doesn't spoil a lot of elements that are, again, pretty fascinating. But I couldn't get past it. I cannot give this movie more than a 5 out of 10. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm like, I can't. The acting, and the funny thing is, I can't even say anything because I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who's going to watch it. But it just, I don't know. It was just not good. I would say avoid.
Wow.
At all costs. It's just don't bother. It's 2 hours of your life you're probably not going to get back, and it's not.
It almost feels like you gotta approach these Netflix movies with an expectation. It's gonna be like, they're making a lot of them because they need content. But they're distributing their money a little too thin.
See, the funny thing is, the show Altered Carbon. Mm-hmm. Altered Carbon was funny because I actually rate that higher than I would this movie. One, because the concepts were even more out there, more really whatever. But the special effects you can see they spent money on these. Even on episodes, you go, not a lot happening here, but it's okay because everything was concentrated in one area. Yeah.
Also.
So you can see the money well spent on that. So I don't know where it's losing stuff, you know. And it's just, I don't know. I do know that Altered Carbon I did enjoy, but I think even Altered Carbon I can only do like a 6.5, maybe 7 because of the overall acting and directing, because that was the problem in that one. You know what I mean? But the fact that the world felt real, the world felt like it just felt like a bunch of people who didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
That I was able to look past that, and the concept was so fascinating to me. You know, here the concept is fascinating, but that's really it.
Yeah.
There's not much else going on because the special effects are not there, dude. I swear to God, if somebody sneezed, by accident, the fucking wall would fall down because it was cardboard. I'm like, oh my God.
So it was, you mentioned Altered Carbon. Carbon. Does it end completely, or is that just a season?
It is a season. Okay. They have renewed it for season 2.
Okay.
This particular story is over. Okay. I don't know if they're going to pick up with a new character or they're going to pick up with this character, but the story is complete.
That'd be good. That'd be a good way of giving you a opening a series, right? And not have to worry about, it's just gonna left it incomplete because it didn't, even though it was good, it didn't attract enough viewers. If you can have a series where the whole season is its own story,
an anthology
the next
series.
Season is something like that. I'll be down with that.
There's a lot of shows that like that. American Horror Story. One of my favorites, Fargo. And it's probably one of the best shows. Fargo's great. It's an anthology series. It takes place in Fargo, a town of Fargo in the Midwest. But every season it's a different story that happens in it. And it's crazy, each one of them. But the beauty of it is, like I said, you get the season and you've got the complete story. By the time you get to the end, and it's only like 10, 13 episodes, by the time you get to the end, you've gotten... It's so well written that it's all within. It's tightly written into that small season, and the next season is going to be something else. So you're not going to, if you never go back to it, you've got your complete story.
That's what I'm thinking. If they don't renew it, then at least you have,
Or if they do, like I said, if they continue it, but you never go back to it because you went on to something else, it's okay. You don't feel like you left off and never, you know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I've been doing. And we are back, guys. And first off, we're going to go into our trailer of the week. This week's trailer, guys, is a little throwback to a little series from Tecmo. Maybe you've heard of this particular title called Ninja Gaiden.
It's not Tecmo
or Gaiden.
Oh shit, then I'm out.
Depending on who you ask.
Ninja Gaiden.
Gaiden?
Yes, because
or Gaiden.
No, it is Gaiden.
I know. Depending on who you ask.
But you know what? But you know why I know with certainty?
Oh, because they said it.
Well, they said it. A little, classic and movie. The Wizard.
Nice.
And there was a guy mentioned Ninja Gaiden. Yes, and we know that movie is canon.
It is.
So,
yeah. It pretty much
the birth of Mario.
Nothing but laws all over the place. Yeah.
The Power Glove.
The trailer of the week, guys, is a little game called The Messenger.
Yes.
And it comes from our friends at Devolver Digital. Oh, yes.
I like it at Devolver Digital. You love the Devolver Digital.
I love it. Are you kidding me? We're in a relationship. My wife doesn't know, but please don't anybody shout it out.
Devolver Digital.
Yes. Devolver Digital, The Messenger. Sir, we saw the trailer. Is that shit not awesome or what?
And that awesome is shit. No, wait. That's not true. This game, okay. So you remember Ninja Gaiden?
I do. We're talking about the NES Ninja Gaiden.
The NES Ninja Gaiden.
Yes.
Especially 2, which was my favorite Ninja Gaiden.
NES for the record.
No, I don't say NES. Yeah, that's just I just ruffling your feathers.
Okay.
No, Ninja Gaiden 2 was one of the first games that came out that had cutscenes and stuff like that. That game was great. That game was brutally hard also.
It was.
I'm not looking forward to that level of brutally hard, so I hope that they don't go that far.
I hope they do.
Oh, man.
If it's not that, then it's not. It's literally missing the point.
But don't give me. Okay, then give me unlimited continues. Because if you do the shit then you got. I mean, like digital revolver, whatever they call
Devolver Digital.
Devolver Digital had the same digital revolver. That's our spin-off.
Yeah.
Like they had anything to do with Ninja Gaiden. But Ninja Gaiden 1 was hard. Ninja Gaiden was 2, but at least it had unlimited continues. So it was finishable. Ninja Gaiden 3 only gives you 3 continues, and then you were done. And that game was unplayable because of it, because you had to be perfect.
That's more of a lesson that the developer obviously.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I've learned at that point. Yeah.
I'm hoping that they don't go and they still have the modernisms of maybe saving between.
No, yeah. I mean, I would have some faith that they wouldn't go that route.
Yeah.
Maybe they have an option for you to go that route if you really want that hardcore thing. But I can tell you right now, dude, the first Ninja Gaiden, I actually have still downloaded in my Wii. And I still played it. You know, I remember when I actually downloaded it, I saw that it had it in the virtual console. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm downloading. That was like $5. I'm like, done here. You know, downloaded it. I remember the first time I played it, it took me literally, and the game is not very long. The game took me probably about 2 months to beat from beginning to end. And I was a kid at the time. Here I am playing it as an adult, and it's literally muscle memory, dude. I'm sitting there going, I remember how it's like ingrained in me because of that time that I spent learning it. I will never forget how I was a kid. And whenever I beat the next thing, I would call my mom, like, Mama, the scene's coming. She'd come running from her room, and she'd come to see the cutscene because she wanted to see what's happening next. You know what I mean? And that's my memory of Ninja Gaiden.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But that said, Ninja Gaiden has some things that were pretty bullshit. So, for example, being on the platforms, getting hit with full life, mind you, because it has a
life bar.
With full life bar, getting hit, and it doesn't matter from where you got hit, it always sucked you towards the hole.
Yeah,
it didn't matter if you were facing the hole or if you were not facing the hole.
I used to hate that.
If you were mid jump to the other platform, it'll always, every time it'll hit you, it'll throw you back in the hole, and you'll lose a life. And that was pretty BS. I'm hoping that they don't do that here.
I mean, graphically, this looks like a much more upgraded version of what the original Ninja Gaiden looks like. But it looks like it has really, really good elements to it. There's look like almost a realm tear, or you're able to jump between different realms, or universes as you're playing, and it's fast paced, dude. That's really what's catching my eye.
And the music, the sound effects are the same. They sound like even I think I heard the pickups being the same. But
the moment it started, nothing said anything yet, and you're like, "Is this Ninja Gaiden?" You know? And I laughed because I was like, "It might as well be." Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you hear the sword, you know, when you're swinging your sword, it has that particular, you know, and when you hit something, it's definitely meant to give you that vibe, just like that Castlevania game, that Castlevania homage that I was playing the other day, that is very close to Castlevania 3. It did, you know. I feel like this game could deliver on that front, and I think
there was a resurgence of old school type games, but I think there's now people are going. Not only we're going to go old school, we're going to pay homage to what led it all. So you have these guys who are doing, you know, all these good stuff when it comes to the Castlevania stuff.
Freaking Axiom Verge. Axiom Verge is one of the best, you know, games of that type that I've played, and I am dying for a second one almost because
it's only one guy. That's the problem.
It's only one guy.
Forever to.
He should. I think he got enough money.
I think he has to hire somebody.
Come on, hire someone. Make it maybe on cheap. Would you make on the Super Nintendo? Type of 16-bit graphics, almost like that, enhanced. You know, oh my god, that would be awesome.
That would be pretty amazing.
Awesome. But that's it. The Messenger, looks great, looks
amazing.
Killer.
We'll post it on the post for this.
Is there what platforms is it?
It is for the Switch and the PC.
For Switch and PC for now.
Doesn't say it's exclusive to that. It's definitely coming to that first. I may not wait because I think it comes out August 30th, if I'm not mistaken. And I may not wait. I may just buy it on the GOG if it comes to GOG, which it may. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, definitely.
But
the digital joint.
So. Man, I can't.
Buy it on GOG, and that way you're supporting the developers more.
I agree. That's exactly what I want to do.
I think.
Yes.
I think that's how it works.
And it's DRM free. So.
And it's DRM free, exactly.
All right, guys, so let's get into some news items. I'm going to start with the biggest news of the week.
Biggest news of the week? No.
New segment. We actually knew about this since last week. Perhaps you heard of an IGN reviewer who reviewed Dead Cells and then was later accused of plagiarism. We actually didn't even bring it up last week because it was just such a ridiculous thing, and I was like, I'm not even going to bring it up.
It was early. It was kind of drama also, which we don't like to report on.
But I mean,
at this time, it has become. It is strong enough that it needs to be brought up.
It has escalated to the point of insanity almost.
Yeah.
So if you're not aware of the story, essentially a gentleman by the name of Filip Mucin, he was a reviewer and editor for IGN. He did the Dead Cells review. Shortly thereafter, Boomstick Gaming, which is another smaller YouTube channel, basically noticed that and posted a video showing that, saying, hey, I think, or IGN stole my, or copied my review.
What do I
do now? Yeah. So he basically showed almost mirror images of what they did. And then, so it was an obvious thing. IGN did, I think, the smartest thing. They pulled the review and they said, we're investigating right now. They did their investigation. Obviously, they found to be pretty obvious that this was, blatant plagiarism, and they fired him. Shortly thereafter, and on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, Friday last, when we were recording the podcast, before we started the podcast, we actually watched what I would call the biggest half-ass apology for anything by the same gentleman.
Non-apology.
Yeah, Filip Mucin. He went online and recorded a ridiculous video that didn't really apologize for anything, didn't really own up for anything. And I don't even know what the hell the point was. It was so bad that he had to take it down. But at that point, we were like, whatever, I'm not even going to. And then on that same video, he basically, I don't want to say he challenges, but he mentions to Jason Schreier of Kotaku, which is another
he editor. Challenges me basically,
and he says, hey, if you can find anything else, I'm pretty sure you're not going to, but hey, let me know, whatever. And Jason Schreier, being a true journalist that he is, he went out there and found two more things. Which, of course, he then brought to the attention of IGN. And shortly thereafter, I can say Filip Mucin removed his video. Since then, Reset Era actually had a post, a thread going of all the little things that they located of him. To also include his resume, of which he copied, his LinkedIn resume, of which he copied from an example resume online.
Oh my God! Okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yes, so
wow.
It was so ridiculous. It was almost like don't even know who this person is.
This is such a dumb move, especially when we live in the era of the internet.
So to challenge was a ridiculous move. Especially if you already know you've been doing this.
At this point, first off, the fact that he starts his quote unquote apology video by saying this, he says that
he starts with basically going.
I
was like, oh my God.
He does say he does take. He does say that he takes responsibility for his actions. So in a way, he doesn't own it though. He says it, but he doesn't own it. And I'll tell you why the difference is because he is not admitting here that he plagiarized his work. He is basically saying that it was not his intention to get, people to hate on IGN the way they're hating, to get this developer, in the middle of the release game, which I don't know. I don't see how that would have been bad. The publicity, if anything.
No. I'm sure these guys are laughing it up right now.
Yeah,
the Dead Cell creators, like, thank God. We don't have to advertise it.
In no way he admitted this was plagiarism. He just says it was not intentional. Like, what do you mean by not intentional in a case where they're basically quoting almost
you're stealing their work.
You're stealing someone else's work. You're not giving credit. He did not apologize to Boomstick. He basically said, and
he called them a small site, which is funny.
I also know what it is to run a small YouTube channel, and or I was one, like, it was something along those lines of like the big guy talking to the little guy, and and in no way giving you credit, which I understand. IGN not necessarily having to do this. IGN is in or is in some sort of talks with Boomstick for some remuneration, of which we will probably never know.
No, yeah.
But that was actually something nice. This is not. This shouldn't be looked at.
Well, I mean, it could be a nice thing. It definitely will be a nice thing for Boomstick, but it could also be, hey, because in the end, the entity that can be sued is IGN.
Yeah, it's IGN.
You know what I'm saying? They are ultimately responsible, even though the one who acted was him. So they are essentially exposed here for something pretty serious when it comes to monetary value, monetary penalties.
So this could be like hush money.
Well, I mean, it could be that, or they could just look, man. What is it? How can we, fix this for you? I mean, who knows what it is?
Hire him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't see him disagreeing to that. But then, even to finish the timeline of what happened, the most recent thing, and the reason why I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to bring this up now, is that IGN has had now to go in. They basically Ben Stapleton from IGN. Posted a thing after they received so much stuff from Reset Era. They're like, enough, guys. We've located enough information, both from what you've given us and from what we've discovered. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying exactly what his tweet was, but
you're not plagiarizing.
I'm not plagiarizing him yet. So basically, he said because of the extent of what we found, we are eliminating every piece of work that he's done from the site. And we will have replacements done. So this is going to now put resources that should be focused on current stuff to now go back and, hey, you remember Bayonetta 2 for the Nintendo? I'm going to need you to do a review on it. So go play it and review. You know what I mean?
How long was he?
He was there for just about a year.
Oh,
okay. He hasn't been there very. I mean, but in a year you can do a lot of stuff.
You can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. So these are resources again that are going to be going to that. There's money that's going to be lost because of this for IGN. Not that I mean, I like IGN. I still go to them sometimes. Maybe not as much as I used to. Mostly because a lot of people that I like from there aren't there anymore. But that's neither here nor there. But this is going to. It's funny. I wonder what the final outcome will. I wonder how long. Because you and I know we follow a lot of these media sites, and the ridiculous accusations that a lot of them receive regarding, oh, you got paid to do this review and all this stuff, and now this just kind of adds fuel for that fire that's already kind of been burning there. And everybody loves to hate on the big company, and that's unfortunately that's the big company right now. So. I wonder what the final ramifications of this will be. I mean, this could be something that when it comes to that, they can easily, maybe not go away, but easily another one of these sites may actually, you know what I mean, take their spot.
I don't know how it will weather for IGN, but I tell you that this is definitely a career ender for that dude.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done.
Who's gonna hire him now?
No one
with this.
Only a fool will hire him.
Yeah, for editorial work,
for anything. And then it didn't make sense. Why would you plagiarize something like that? It doesn't. It's literally playing a game and writing a review about it,
dude. Which is not to say, which we're not, saying that is an easy thing to do in itself.
I mean, no, writing. I mean, you have to be able to structure.
You have to structure your ideas, and you have to make it in a way that your audience will understand it, and that you don't get, like I can understand the difficulty part of it, but the whole entire point of a review is to give your point of view, exactly. Your opinion about the game.
Exactly.
So if you can't do anything so much as that, let's give your opinion.
That is, I don't know. That's just straight. Like, I mean, I know some lazy people in my life, but damn, you can't even get your own resume. You copied a resume from whatever. So and of course, leave it to the internet to find that his LinkedIn resume is actually just a copy of. Some
ideas. Yeah, sure. I get some ideas, but don't. I mean, for the resume, not on a review. You shouldn't be tainting your review, your views of the game from other people's ideas. Like if I were to and I know this is a stance that a lot of people that I know and I follow on the reviewing side of the gaming industry they follow is that they don't read reviews from other sources.
No, and he literally admitted to doing that on that ridiculous video that he did. He goes, "I do my research and I read reviews and I do
that's
before he does his review." And I'm like, why would you do that?
That's not research.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You and I, right? When we say we watch something or whatever like that, I don't even want to see a review until we talk about it, because I don't want anyone to have it tainted for whatever whatever opinion, whatever. And I prefer it that way. It's obviously it's more fresh. It's coming from us.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he it's clear his method was incorrect. So
yeah.
So that's So that's
is he go and is he go?
Yeah.
Because now he doesn't have a career.
It's pretty much gone. Yeah.
So this should come into the surprise of absolutely no one, and I think I posted it like that. Diablo 3. Dun, 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 dun. The Eternal Collection is coming to the Switch with Zelda bonuses this year. This is cool because I happen to like Diablo 3 quite a bit. So Diablo 3 Eternal Collection could become. Oh, hold on. Let me give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
I don't want to
no
be
plagiarism.
Plagiarism.
Yeah.
This is courtesy of VG247. And when I say courtesy, I mean I'm reading from it because I'm not making my own.
My own article, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not reporting this myself. I want to make it clear. Disclaimer, full disclaimer. I am not reporting on this. I'm just reading. All right. And it goes like this. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection will be coming to Switch. There was an article on Forbes, by the way, that showed that the previous day. I believe that was 2 days ago. And then they immediately removed it. So a lot of people got their information from there. So it says that Diablo 3 Eternal Collection for Switch will contain all previous content released, including the Reaper of Souls and the Rise of the Necromancer expansions. They say that there's been a little bit more, disclosed after, because now it's official. Now they have finally announced it. I haven't seen a trailer or anything like that, but I have seen the mentionings of it, which say this game is gonna have 60 frames per second on Switch, which is awesome. 720p when playing on handheld, and 900p when playing on the screen, on the TV screen. That's nice. That's looking for what the Switch could do, and for this game, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it gets me excited because. Yeah, it is a title that I could definitely see, playing on the Switch to be super fun, especially consider that you could play co-op on it. I don't know the details of how it's gonna work. I think I will imagine that you could play at least 2 players co-op. At the very least, you can have 4 in the party, but at least 2. And also, it got people. Refreshing their mind about Diablo, because if you remember, we talked about this last podcast, I believe. There are other Diablo projects coming on the line. That's when we speculated, and one of them is going to be the
Switch version.
So that's cool. Let's see what comes out from that. Now that we have Diablo 3 on the Switch, what's Diablo 4 is gonna look like? Probably Diablo 3.5.
Probably.
Because, yeah.
Well, my next piece, guys, this is from Polygon, and it is Fallout 76 won't launch on Steam.
What?
So Bethesda can directly serve its players. Sound a little familiar?
Yes, I believe we talked about this last podcast.
Did we? I thought it was a Fortnite that we spoke about.
Did we mention it? Oh,
yeah,
we'll just mention again, just to refresh people's memory. Yeah.
Okay, this story is from 4 days ago. So, Fallout 76 will do something rare for PC games. It's skipping Steam altogether, and will only be available from the publisher Bethesda Softworks' own launcher.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, this seems to be. When you consider Fortnite is already doing that on mobile. Yes, on mobile, and specifically on Android. We're talking
about Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah. But to see, another big title just kind of skip a marketplace and just say we'll just offer it ourselves. Why pay somebody to? Obviously, they can't do that on console because they'll never come out to console if that's the case.
Exactly.
But
there's no choice. At that point.
If you wanted to go on the console, you're gonna have to pay.
I love the fact that someone realized, hey, why are we paying Steam?
It's just
we're Bethesda, or we are, whatever. Or I mean, EA. I guess they did. I guess EA did it when they were like
the Origins.
Yeah. Hey, we can do our own. Our own true. Steam. We're gonna call it Origins. Here we go. And then GOG was like, well, you know what? We're the little guys, but we're going to do it too. And it's not going to be DRM on our game, so suck it. I don't know what DRM... I mean, DRM is bad. Oh. Game.
To keep it on Bethesda real quick, Bethesda also said, this is recently because they had QuakeCon, Bethesda also may not release the Elder Scrolls Legends on systems that don't allow crossplay. As you all know, of course, that Sony is a little against crossplay. Not against it, just like, you know what, guys, we don't need that.
Because they're terrorists.
Sure.
Terrorists.
So in an interview at QuakeCon, Pete Hines, Bethesda, did mention that most likely, basically saying, we want this to be available to, and again, I'm paraphrasing here, but this is from a Polygon article. We want to be able. We are promising that you can do this anywhere, play from anywhere. You can play this on your phone. Obviously, it's not a graphic intense game. It's a card game, for Christ's sake. So you can play anywhere. Everything carries with you. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
And we are dedicated to making that what we do, and we will not put it on something that will not allow that to happen. And while I think it's cool, I think it's also a lot of talk. So
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think. I mean, right now is this small game.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're talking about a Elder Scrolls card game.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be Fallout 76.
They're not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, well, suck it, Sony. Yeah. I want my players to play. They're not gonna care about that. About Xbox playing with Switch or whatever.
They definitely are not.
Yeah.
So,
and there is something to say about the sanctity of having the walled garden, because one thing that I'm concerned about is, man, you can cheat on PC.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so I don't want suddenly, like, that's the problem that a lot of games are having. Freaking Dark Souls, not to say the Dark Souls is crossplay or anything like that, but a Dark Souls on PC, it might as well be unplayable if you can cheat, because the way that you can cheat in that game is in a way that you can literally get other people, the innocents, banned from the game just for appearing on their game, and stuff like that. So having Sony have their closed ecosystem for that part, I understand, makes sense, That said, this is not in any way endorsing or encouraging the, not having crossplay. I think crossplay is still, it's still very cool. It's still very good. I wish it was available for example, Fallout 76, because I feel like, hey, if I'm interested in that game, I probably want to play that game on a system that gives me, on a PC, right? But all my people are going to be playing on PlayStation 4. So I am forced to play on PlayStation to get the inferior version.
You don't have to join us on PlayStation 4.
So that I can play with this.
It's not like you join us on the chats anyway. So.
And let them have cake. So
fair enough.
So yeah. Hey, speaking of cross-platform, no, this is not cross-platform at all. You remember Halo Infinite?
I do.
And Halo Infinite.
It's not out yet, but I do remember of it.
yeah. It was, it was talked about. It was teased at E3.
At E3, yes.
And it's not Halo 6, right? So guess what? It is Halo 6.
They're just not calling it Halo 6.
After all the talks about how this game was gonna be some sort of like prequel that takes in the Halo 2 era.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it takes place in that time?
Yeah, it takes place in that time. And how it's going to be like in between that, it's going to be kind of odd. And it's going to have the Master Chief, but it's not going to be, Halo 6. Where 343 Industries now has assured fans that Halo 6 is, rather than a prequel or a spin-off, is a non-numbered sequel. So it's gonna be Halo. This one is gonna be Halo 6. Halo Infinite. This is
the
shying away
part of the main storyline.
Yeah, they're shying away from the numbers.
The numbers.
Yeah,
okay.
They don't want to have, Halo 13 or stuff like that. Even though that sounds like a cool name.
I mean, you can use it. That's for sure.
So 343's Jeff Esterling confirmed that the next upcoming Halo Infinite is indeed the next main installment in the series, despite not being a number entry. They say it is Halo 6. You should just consider it Halo 6, Esterling said during a Mixer stream via GameSpot. They say, don't think of it as a weird prequel kind of thing. Don't think of it as a weird prequel kind of thing. This ain't Borderlands. What's that?
The pre-sequel?
The pre-sequel, anything like that. Stupid. No. It's going to be the next story. Is the next chapter in what's going on. If you guys remember, Halo Infinite was revealed at E3 past year, and that's when they started saying, "Hey, this is not Halo 6."
Oh yeah, now they're coming back with that bullshit.
I have a hypothesis.
Oh, okay.
I feel like the news of this Halo right now is not. Halo right now is not the game that it used to be.
No, that far from it.
It is not in the same. It's regarded on the same level. This gave Call of Duty numbers before Call of Duty. This was a game that everybody was playing on Xbox, on Xbox 360, on Xbox Live, and I feel like now that's not anymore. This is not the event that the midnight release event that everybody used to be used to. So they revealed this Halo Infinite, and everybody's like, "The fuck is Infinite? What is that? Is that a spin-off? We don't want a spin-off. Where's Halo 6? It's long overdue. Where's Halo 6? Where's Halo 6?" And I feel like maybe
they changed gears halfway.
Yeah. Now, this is just my feeling. If I were to be very straightforward, honest with you, I don't think that's the case. Just because honestly, it's hard to do that when you're in mid-production.
Yeah. I mean, a name, referring to the name, it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be difficult to, but I mean, it really is just we're calling it Infinite, but it is actually the next major whatever. Yeah. So unless the game had very little to do with Master Chief, I don't see it having to do that much.
Yeah. Change. Why would it be about the Master Chief but not be Halo 6?
Exactly.
They have known how to do, or at least Bungie did, knew how to do good spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
That Halo ODST was a fantastic spin-off. Mm. And don't even get me started on Halo Reach. Halo Reach is
about Reach,
probably one of my favorite Halo games. That game was fantastic. Mm-hmm. So they know how to do spin-offs. I'm not surprised that this took into effect. That it took a turn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My next piece, guys. You remember this little title back in the day called Time Splitters?
Dig Dug? I remember Dig Dug.
No, Time Splitters.
Oh, Time Splitters? Oh, yeah, Time Splitters. Yeah, that.
The THQ, the one who rose from the ashes, THQ Nordic.
The reborn THQ.
Yes, has announced that they have picked up the Time Splitters property, as well as the rights to Free Radical's Second Sight. So this puts THQ Nordic in the position to not only re-release the old Time Splitters games, but to make new ones as well. This comes right from a Game Informer article. Time Splitters was largely considered as one of the most influential console games of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The 3-game series earned a large and passionate fan base thanks to its unique humor, art style, which it did have in spades, and pop culture references, while encouraging customization and modification to give each person their own individual experience. That is from a press release from THQ Nordic. Did you ever play Time Splitters?
I did not. For some reason, I always thought
the first one, yeah.
wasn't Time. Is Time Splitter a gun game?
Yeah.
It was like a gun game.
I think it was a first person shooter.
I might
a third person shooter.
Well, no, I mean like a gun game. Like you had to play with a gun, with a light. What do you call that?
Oh, a light gun? No,
light gun.
That's time. That's something else.
That's another time.
Yeah, no, I forgot what you're talking about. That's not arcade game.
That's what I thought it was.
No.
Every time I heard Time Splitters, I used to think that's the light gun game, isn't it?
No.
And now people are like yelling at their phones
right now.
What it is, what that game is. Guys, can you post the name of that game that I'm thinking?
It's Time Crisis.
Time Crisis. There you go. Never mind, guys. We'll find out. Never mind.
Put your
keywords down.
Oh man. So Time Splitters, as you know, was created by Studio Free Radical, which was primarily made up of ex-Rare employees who did GoldenEye and Perfect Dark.
What's it called? Radical.
Free Radical.
Free Radical.
Yeah.
They had a prototype of Battlefront 3.
Yes, they did.
They had
that never saw the light of day.
No.
That was actually the last thing they were working on before they got
shut down. Yeah, and it was looking great. The idea was looking, hell of a lot better than the Battlefronts that we've gotten.
Yeah. So anybody who is a fan of that, you may be seeing a collection come out soon.
A collection, nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a fan of Battlefield 5, I got news for you. It has been canceled. No, I'm just kidding. Battlefield 5 pre-orders so far have been kind of weak.
Yes.
Definitely below Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2, according to our reports. Mm-hmm. So it looks like the pre-order numbers haven't been great. Plenty of Battlefield fans will tell you that the marketing push for Battlefield 5 so far hasn't been that much. It's almost been non-existent when you think about it. Mm-hmm. What did they do?
The most recent trailer, was it today?
Well, actually, I'm getting to that because since the reveal in May, EA had only released a few seconds worth of trailer on E3. So the people got people thinking like, okay, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Is this? We've seen very little. We saw gameplay, which to me is important. Yeah, I want to see gameplay. I don't care so much about trailers,
the cutscenes,
but I understand the marketing aspect of trailers and how this is a major title for you, and you want to push it. Yeah. Especially after the whole ordeal that you have with Battlefront 2.
Yep.
You want to put your best foot forward with this one, So, but there's a suspicion that likely the reason why the pre-orders haven't been going so great, according to an investment firm, Cohen Group, they say that both Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are performing better in pre-orders. The company said that if it doesn't change, the game could have a similar fate to Titanfall 2, whose release was sandwiched between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
That was a self-inflicted wound on that point.
And also it'll be sweet poetic justice.
I'm sure it will.
Because EA cannot control the release time frame of Call of Duty, right? But they definitely could have controlled the release date of Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Arguably the best of those three. If this wasn't the same year, this was 2016. If this wasn't the same year where Doom was also released, this would have been easily, hands down, my shooter of the year.
Oh wow,
that would have been
I have to disagree, but yes,
you didn't think so?
I liked
Titanfall 2. You played Titanfall 2?
Yeah, no, I did.
You played it late though.
But I did like it. But I still think Doom was better. Me personally, I think Doom 2016.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If this wasn't for the fact that Doom came out.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It did come out the same year.
Yeah, it came out the year. I gave it to Doom. But out of Doom on 2016, thinking of the shooters that came out, including Battlefield 1, which I played, I easily would have given a hands down, no doubt, to Titanfall 2. Yeah. Which, by the way, it was funny because the other day we saw it was selling for $5, and we yelled at one of our friends.
Yes, we basically twisted the arm of a certain gentleman by the name of Gomez to get him to buy it. And I can tell you right now, I would bet money he has yet to even play.
No. He played it.
Oh, he did.
Played it,
okay.
and I asked him,
I'm glad I didn't bet money then.
What do you think of it?
What do you think?
He's like, yeah, I like it. It is really good. The only thing I don't like is, getting into the long wait times. And I'm like, well, of course, that's going to be the case because, unfortunately, the population...
Oh, he's talking about the multiplayer.
The multiplayer, yeah. The population on that is not what was ever, actually.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very difficult. That said, for the single player is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you should
Did he play the single player? Do you know?
Not sure if he has as of yet.
All right. Well, it's something that he can get excited for, since he is a big Call of Duty guy. Is Black Ops 4 Battle Royale beta.
Oh boy!
Kicks off September 10th. And of course, it will hit PS4 first, thanks to a prearranged agreement between Activision and Sony. But yes, if you're looking forward to that, look forward to it. Will come out September 10th, so it will come out a full, about a month, maybe a month before the month and a half before the game comes out. Sir, do you have any interest in the Battle Royale mode? Well, first off, in Call of Duty, that doesn't include a story campaign.
Well, exactly, because there's none on this one.
Yes. So do you have any interest in this Call of Duty?
I don't think this... No, because I have... And it's going to come to a shock to a lot of people. Well, probably no one, because knowing me right now. I have never gone into the multiplayer of a Call of Duty game. Mm-hmm. I have never cared. I played the one from Titanfall, which is... from what I see, compared to what I see, is very similar. Mm-hmm. But I just don't like... I don't like that close quarters... crazy, like craziness. There's no. I don't feel that there's an aspect of
open world
strategy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
When you play, when you play a Call of Duty multiplayer game. That said, seeing so far what Call of Duty 4 has, seems to be doing, and looking at those open spaces, they have vehicles. It does look interesting enough to where I will see reviews. If they're saying stellar, nothing but stellar things, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to at least partake of this because I need to know.
Yeah.
But if it's just going to be like, hey, if you like Call of Duty multiplayer, which is what I suspect is going to happen. It's like, hey, you like Call of Duty multiplayer? Well, this is more of the same. Then I'm going to be like, no, that's okay. I'll be playing Battlefield 5, even if I'm the only one. Because I like that multiplayer. I prefer the multiplayer of Battlefield.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot
64
more.
versus 64.
Yeah.
Or 32 versus 32.
Yeah. There's not much else that I have on it. I'm trying to look for it.
But if you want, I got some quick hits I can go through.
Okay, give us
quick hits. An early trailer for Square Enix, The Quiet Man, was revealed today.
Oh yes,
and it appears to have quite the interesting storyline. Also a mix, and I'm not sure if this is going to be in the game, but a mix of live action along with the gameplay. From what I recall, this was a sort of a spiritual successor to The Bouncer. Remember The Bouncer?
Oh, yeah. No. I thought you were going to say to Parasite Eve. Because that's what, when I saw that trailer, that's the part that I got.
No, because, there's a part, you see the part where there's the fighting and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where the focus is going to be.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, there's a new trailer. I'll also post that there on the group for you guys. And a nice game, another game that almost, for me, won out the trailer of the week, but it's still worth mentioning, from Devolver Digital as well, a game called Gris, Gris, which appears to be an interactive animated film unlike anything you've seen before. This is also coming from Polygon. It is a gorgeous looking trailer. Shout out to Shadow. She was actually the first one who posted it on the group.
And Shadow is still among us.
She is still among us. And I fell in love with that shit immediately. I was like, holy crap. That looks amazing.
It looked great. I remember the first thing when I saw when they saw the opening and the graphics, and I was like, would you imagine if the game looked like that? And then you were like, it looks like that.
It looks like that.
And I was like, no! Yeah. And I love my ever-loving mind when I saw the rest. This game looked fantastic. And yeah, again, it would have been also my trailer of the week.
But the messenger was the shit.
Well, just by a
hair,
honestly, just by a hair.
It took the nostalgia from us, and it's like, oof, I got to give it to that. And then finally, Arcane says that Dishonored series is going to be taking a break for now, which I find a little sad considering I really liked both Dishonored and Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 more than 1. Well, I'm sorry you did not, sir, because you just don't.
You should play.
You don't like anything good, sir. That's what it is.
You should play I forget the name of it. The one that they got.
That's how good it is. You don't even know what it is.
Well, I was playing for a bit, but it was kind of longish. What's it called?
This is like a backhanded compliment.
The Moon trailer recently.
I know what you're talking about. Prey.
Yeah. You should play Prey. That's an Arcane joint.
It is, but
what?
It's not Dishonored, bro. That's what it is. I like taking people out. I like the assassinations of what. Yeah, I like doing that. But yeah, that's all I got. You have anything else, sir?
In other news, Movie Pass still sucks. We'll be right back after these messages from no one.
It is time now, guys, for our hot topic of the week.
Wait, well, that's Star Wars.
It is.
No, it was. I
always like the slow version of it when it was like.
Me too.
And then when it would like build, and it goes, and then, and I was like, oh man! As a huge, for the record, I guess I should probably talk about the hot topic. No, screw that. You guys know what we're talking about. You don't recognize that song. I don't know what's wrong.
That's why. Quit the group. Get out.
I was a huge fan. I've always been a huge fan of Batman. And I've always made fun of Superman to my friends who were like fans of Superman. But it's a common like attack that we go, you know, they call Batman a freaking pedophile because of the Robins, and I call Superman a freaking deadbeat dad because of, you know, Superman Returns, and it's this ongoing back and forth stuff. But
that's terrible.
But truth be told, before I was a fan of Batman, I was a fan of Superman. Like Christopher Reeve's Superman was the shit.
The shit.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And it is still the shit. You cannot watch that beginning and see the words and everything just, oh my, there's no way you can do that and not feel
Absolutely,
something 100%. From that awesome freaking score.
You know what the funny thing is? For the when I was a kid, for the longest time, I swore that the score of the Superman score and the Star Wars score were the same.
Is that why you just got them mixed up?
Yes, I think that's what I got this mixed up.
That's hilarious.
It was because of that, but no, definitely not.
That is great.
So we're going to be talking about Superman.
Yes, well, among other things.
Wait.
So our hot topic of the week,
Hot topic of the week
is basically the DCEU Roadmap. And the way I say roadmap, I'm basically saying what they have planned for the future. And I bring this up now because Marvel's kind of coming to, I don't want to say it's coming to an end because they do have plans for after that, but their big major storyline that they've been working on for 10 years now is coming to an end next year, early next year. From there, they're going to be doing a lot of spin-off movies and all this stuff. No shared storyline. Essentially, I guess it's a lot of work to get that done. It's probably a lot of money involved. So they're probably like, it's okay, we've established this universe. We're going to just do single-off movies that exist in the same world, but maybe not have this major whatever going on.
Yeah.
So this is the opportunity for DC to come in and say, all right, it is our time. No one's going to be thinking about Infinity War and all this other bullshit.
Because they're done with it.
Correct, yeah.
Or is it? Because my concern is I'm already, like, I haven't seen, obviously none of us have, Infinity War 2 or Avengers 4, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I'm already fatigued. Like, I think I'm already like, okay, this is gonna be the capper, and that's it. I'll be done.
You know what's great about that? If anybody has seen, I'm not gonna spoil Infinity War here at all, but if you've seen it, you can almost look at it and go, "This is an end. This is an ending. Yeah. Why not?" You know what I mean?
Why not? Because I'll tell you why not. Because they'll find out this is too much of a great cash cow. They'll find a way to try to tease you into get you excited about the next one.
I know that, but I'm just saying, if you personally choose never to watch any other Marvel film, you've got your ending.
Yes,
you've got your whether you like it or not, it's an ending.
That's true. And you know what? This could be my ending. I don't need to watch the next one.
Yeah. It's true.
Although I'll watch it, of course. But
of course you will, because
I think
you're weak.
Because I'm weak. And I'm tired. Hey, I completely ignored.
Yeah, I did too.
The Wasp,
the Iron Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah,
me too. I want to see it. I just for some reason
it's a Marvel thing. Yeah. I mean, it's a Marvel movie. Why not? Anyway, we're not here to talk about Marvel.
Yes, we're not talking.
Screw Marvel. This is not the podcast for it right now. They had their time already.
Exactly. Yeah. Fuck those guys. So we're moving on. So I'm going to start with, we're going to go in order of what is set to release for DC. And I think you're going to be surprised on some of the little things that are planned.
The
by
Wonder
DC.
Twins.
Oh my God.
Shit. I'm not far from the truth.
The upcoming one that we have is Aquaman, comes out October 17th. Mm-hmm. There is some excitement for it. I'm kind of excited to see it because, to me personally, he was the best thing of the Justice League.
Oh, the Justice League.
Yeah, I think he was my favorite character of that Justice League film.
And he didn't do a lot on it.
No, he did. Yeah, what does that say about the rest of the film?
Yeah.
So
wow.
What are your feelings? We saw the trailer already. So what are your feelings on Aquaman? What do you think? First off, are you excited and
excited? No. Curious? Yes. It is. I mean, it's a movie that I definitely have to take my wife to watch because
she wants to.
Jason Momoa, of course.
Oh yeah, that's right, Jason Momoa.
Yeah. But also, hey, when Wonder Woman came out, I was surprised, and I was surprised that I liked the movie, as much as I did. So I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not anti-DC, I'm not a Marvel fanboy or anything like that. Yeah. I will watch a good movie regardless. And I think I liked actually that movie better than whatever Marvel had at that time.
Which one?
Wonder Woman, when it came out that year. Mm-hmm. So I'm ready to be surprised with something like that. I don't know. Who's the director on this one? Do we know?
I can look it up.
Because there was, it'll be cool to be surprised again and be like, oh yeah, this movie was excellent. But so far from the roadmap, from the
previous
roadmap up to here, that what we have gotten, we haven't gotten anything that will get us that we could say other than Wonder Woman. There hasn't been anything that we could say from DC that we're like, okay, that was fucking awesome.
The only thing that I can point to, Man of Steel was good.
Man of Steel was. Yeah, it was good.
I would say it's a solid 8 for me. Man of Steel was.
I'll be down with that.
After that, Wonder Woman. Who to me is a solid 7, believe it or not. So that's just my personal opinion.
I could probably switch those, but I would not mind if that's. So
yeah,
I don't mind the order.
The Jesus Christ,
This
where is the name here? Freaking IMDb, stop messing around with your... James Wan is the director. James Wan has been responsible for films such as... And I'm not finding it here because freaking... Oh, here we go. The Conjuring, Saw, Fast and the Furious 7, Insidious.
Is that right?
Yeah, how about that guy?
Yeah, so...
Oh, he did a MacGyver episode.
Yeah.
just because right now.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I'm going to need you to work on Saturday and also on Sunday. That would be great.
Oh man.
So so there, right there, you just like lowered my excitement level. Even I saw the trailer. It's not bad. Also,
it's not great though. It's not. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's not. It's okay. They didn't, I mean, Jason Momoa was cool, he's a cool character.
Yeah, but he needs to be written right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah, without that, yeah. So next after that,
so skip Aquaman.
Not skip Aquaman. Watch it because you're probably not going to have much else. The next one that is scheduled to come out, and it is currently scheduled for, this doesn't tell me, Shazam 29. It comes out in 2019.
Now there's a movie which trailer nailed it enough to got me curious to watch it. It got me excited in the sense of, okay, this looks like a comedy.
It most certainly is.
And superhero comedies, they don't always work actually, but at least they're entertaining. At least there's an entertainment value to it.
I mean, Deadpool worked. The first one.
The first one. But even the second one, which wasn't,
it wasn't
great
horrible,
or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It was still, the jokes were there to, at least have a couple chuckles.
So they are calling this one Superman Meets Big. Do you remember the movie Big?
Yes, I remember the movie Big.
Tom Hanks, kid, grows up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes sense considering Shazam. I didn't even think about that.
Is that the character of Shazam in the comics and stuff? Because my only exposure to Shazam has been from... Infamous.
Injustice.
Sorry, yes. Sorry, Infamous is another game.
Yes,
from Injustice, and the Shazam that appears there, he might as well be a twin of Superman.
And he's very strong
serious.
enough like Superman.
He's very serious.
He's probably been doing it for a while at that point. But the original character was a boy, and he basically was given the powers of Shazam and became a big, bulky superhero. You know what I mean? Whenever he was Shazam, a really weird concept. You know what I mean? But at the same time, why not?
Are we sure we're not confusing it with the Sinbad movie?
There was no Sinbad movie.
Don't you remember the Sinbad movie, Shazam?
No.
He played a genie?
I think you're mistaken.
Guys, if you remember a movie called Shazam where the actor Sinbad played a genie, please comment below. I'll be interested in knowing.
So will I. So I can say, yeah, you're making that up. Here we go. Shazam is set to premiere on April 5th, 2019. So that
I think that like when they have a trailer that the way they had it, it's because it's close.
They should have it. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, that movie looked.
It looks interesting. It looks like, you know what? To me, I was like, this looks like a superhero Superbad. Like the movie Superbad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they had, I don't know if it's going to be.
But it's not going to be that level.
Rated R,
it's not going to bring it to that level.
But it has this, silly moment.
Which is, hey, DC, if you want to distinguish yourself, you should be willing to. I don't know if there's a DC licensing thing or whatnot, but you should be willing to do. To push your boundaries, just do an R-rated. Not on Shazam, specifically any superhero. I mean, look at Logan. Logan did, I understand that Logan did well, right?
It did do well, yeah.
So and it was an R-rated movie. Stop getting scared of the rating because Otherwise, look what's happening to Sony's Venom right now. It's like people lost interest in that the moment they announced.
Moment you heard that it was not it was a floating rated R, and we're going to try to do a PG.
Exactly. So that's the way you distinguish yourself. Don't try to pursue the Marvel formula, because guess what? You already failed that. You failed that.
Do
from
your
the
own
moment,
thing. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, from the moment you started trying to bring everybody together before you had established a story. I don't want to call it an origin story, because they don't have to be an origin story. But the moment you started just putting all the band together, and which worked horribly,
especially in Suicide Squad.
Especially in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh
yeah, that failed.
That was a big fail. Next on the list, also coming out in 2019, scheduled currently for November 1st, 2019, Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes.
Sequel, of course, to the highly successful Wonder Woman.
Same director,
Patty Jenkins is back. Also collaborating on the script is Jeff Jones and David Callahan. Particularly the villain, or the main antagonist, will be Kristen Wiig, who will play the Cheetah. Do you remember the Cheetah? She used to always kind of battle.
Again, another exposure from Infamous. Injustice. Cut!
Injustice, yeah.
Bless America. Okay. Yeah, from Injustice, the first time. But I know the Cheetah.
Cheetah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to end, believe it or not. Surprise, surprise. And this is only going to be a surprise to people who have seen the first Wonder Woman. Chris Pine is coming back as Steve Trevor, which is...
Wait, what?
Chris Pine is coming back as Steve Trevor.
But...
Don't say it. If you haven't seen the movie, then you know what's going on. There's additional footage of him on the set, dressed in 80s garb. So obviously it's in the 80s.
What?
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
That's all, folks.
Yes, that is all, folks. Next film is
wait. So. Tell me about Wonder Woman 1980. How do you feel about that one?
Well, I like the 80s. I'm a big fan of the 80s.
Right?
I don't, like I said, it can only go up from here. Because not that I didn't like Wonder Woman. I just didn't see it as great that many people did.
The villain killed it.
The villain killed it. There was a couple things that just didn't mesh for me.
Like what?
That's it. Huh?
Like what?
It was a lot of the fish out of water type of elements where it's like, okay, she's trying to relate with the world, but I'm like, you can clearly tell there are no swords, there are no shields. Put the sword and shield away. You know, it was. I know it was meant for comedy, but it's like you're missing the mark here.
You're nitpicking, sir.
It is. These are on it, and the villain. Some of the special effects, particularly the demons. I forgot their names now.
The villain with a freaking mustache. That's what killed. It's like you did not. There's no. You did not have to do the mustache on the villain. You can say, "Hey, it was part of the."
It wouldn't have mattered, brother, because he still looked very. Don't get me wrong. His first appearance when he gets to the island, the Amazons, all that whole battle was like, holy crap, this dude is real. After a while, I was just like, okay, yeah. Sorry, they're trying to get boxes because in this world it's boxes, you know, and the other world it's Infinity Stones, whatever. There's always something you get.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Well, I guess no. Wait, was he in that? He was no. See, I'm confusing it now with.
You're confused. Yeah, I think you're confusing Justice League. Yeah, no.
Oh, the other guy. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about was it Ares?
It was Ares.
It was Ares. Yeah, it was Ares.
Ares, yeah.
With a mustache.
Yeah, with a mustache.
With the worst mustache, because it's not the fact that he had a mustache. It was like, it was completely unlike the character that he was. He was supposed to be like this super strong, you know, the God of War.
The God of War.
But his face, he was like an old dude.
Yeah,
it's like
it's Clearly, they're mixing in my head. That's how memorable these things are.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
They just run together.
Next film that is scheduled to come out, the Joker origin movie.
Nope.
It's coming in 2019 as well. Currently scheduled to hit October 4th of 2019.
What? what establishes? I mean, like what part establishes? I feel like at least there is a purpose to the movies, the Marvel movies, when each of them get released, right? Even the ones that are like, hard, left turn, weird or funny or whatever, it's still there is a purpose. I guess there's
an ultimate purpose. Yeah,
there's an underlying story of course. The Infinity Stones. Over here, I feel like they're just like putting heroes everywhere for no reason. And
this
now
is not it's not even a hero.
Like, what do we need to know about the Joker? What is the Joker gonna save?
Here's the interesting part, sir. It is set to be directed by Todd Phillips, who directed The Hangover. And it's about to be produced with Phillips himself and Martin Scorsese. Yes. Didn't see that one coming either, sir.
So...
Now, the Joker is not going to be played by Jared Leto, which is from Suicide Squad.
I thought it was Leto.
It could be Leto, too.
Who cares?
Leto, yeah. Which apparently he didn't take very well.
No.
He may have found out afterwards. Instead, it's going to be played by seasoned actor Joaquin Phoenix, who is a very good actor. Her, if you remember, the main character from Her.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. And so essentially, it doesn't really say much what they're doing.
It'll have to be. I would imagine that it'll have to be an origin story.
Mm-hmm. It is an origin story.
Yeah. So origin story, and obviously not a happy ending. I don't want him rescuing or fixing or whatever. No, this is not a great story. And if he has Martin Scorsese at the helm,
here's the best part.
It kind of gives me hope now.
The movie will take place in 80s Gotham, and it will explore the Joker's origins, and is reportedly a gritty and grounded, hard-boiled crime film, akin to Scorsese's gritty dramas. There's no release date set yet, even though at the bottom it says August 14th. That may be a slot being held for it. There's no release date yet, but Phillips is reporting working on the script alongside Scott Silver, who did 8 Mile, and filming will start in September in New York City.
Okay.
So this one here may be interesting.
Yeah, this one jumped from like, what the fuck to... Okay, I'm listening.
Honestly, it can just not be connected to anything else in the DCEU, and I will probably be happy with it. It's like, why not? A one-off story. That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine.
There is actually, sidebar, there's actually a great Joker comic book that is a one-off Joker comic book where Joker gets out of jail, and now the streets are all like, oh my God, he's out. You know what I mean? What do we got to do? And everybody, the Penguin, everybody's like, oh man, here, you know what I mean? There's a reaction from everyone in the street because the Joker's back in town, and everybody. And
be
then
advised, the Doomslayer is
exactly, and he is. Let me just say, he does. These particular comic book is about as graphic as it can come, and he does some serious stuff. And I'm just like, damn, DC. If you're gonna do it on paper, do it on freaking movies. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yes, absolutely.
I agree. All right. Next one will be. It's in 2020. Currently posted for April 3rd of 2020. The Cyborg standalone film, because Ray Fisher's Cyborg was so awesome in Justice League.
I liked it better when it was called RoboCop. The reboot.
The reboot. Yes, that's exactly what this is.
Wow.
We've seen Cyborg. I was not impressed with Cyborg at all in Justice League. I don't know if I can see an entire film with him. Yeah, I don't know about that one, my friend.
What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be like? Is it gonna be like, okay, Batman and Superman took a break, I'm here fighting crime? Because it's not gonna be an origin story, because we kind of saw the origin already. So it's going to be like, oh, these guys are on vacation. I guess it's up to me to save.
It says it's going to be a slightly
Terragaya
City. Which is in this video game he's playing. So it's basically going to be a slightly more intimate story. And Fisher stated he wants the cast and crew of the film to be diverse. We'll see if that ends up happening.
I guess it'll have to be.
I suppose so, yeah. Not much else is detailed about it. I have zero interest. I mean, I look forward to the trailer to see if the needle moves at all. But right now, it is at E, my friend. So,
right now, it's completely off.
Yes. Next one. This one here is scheduled for July 24th, 2020.
Wonder Woman 3.
Green Lantern Corps. Because the first Green Lantern was so awesome. Right?
I've always wondered about the whole history of the story with
the Lanterns.
Yes, yeah. Like
it's actually a very fascinating story. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's. So I mean,
I'll be down to watching a movie about it if it becomes interesting enough.
Yeah, I agree. And this is actually looks to be more focused on the core itself as opposed to Green Lantern.
So they're not going. It's not doesn't necessarily have to be Earth. Is this like the Thor? Well, Thor was
this,
to Earth.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, the Green Lanterns essentially, they are the Guardians, and each one is essentially assigned to a certain region of the universe, right? And so Hal Jordan, which is the main Green Lantern that everybody knows, he's in our particular universe, and he's the one who runs shit here, basically. However, this is going to star. The film is set to focus on two prominent Lanterns, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Casting is still up in the air, but a sizable amount of actors have openly campaigned for the roles. Most recently, Sterling K. Brown and Justin Hartley of This Is Us, which is a show on TV. Also names like Armie Hammer. I don't know if you remember Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer, he played Lone Ranger. Did you ever see The Lone Ranger? Okay, you know the Social Network?
Yes.
The twins.
Oh,
that's
the Van
Falls
twins.
Correct.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's just him playing two people. But
yeah.
Is
that true?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's only one Armie Hammer.
What? I thought that was a twin.
No.
I've been fooled.
And Charlie Hunnam of Pacific Rim.
Which was
the main protagonist of Pacific Rim. The blonde dude.
Yeah. Blonde dude, yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah.
So that's who so far is, I mean, nothing is set in stone. If they can make it interesting, a space odyssey, space drama, a cop type of thing, because again, they're sort of a cop or police organization in space. I'll be down with it.
Space cops,
yeah.
Yeah. Quick sidebar. You mentioned Pacific Rim. Whatever happened to Pacific Rim 2? Did you watch it?
Nope.
Me neither. Okay, moving on. Going back.
Although moving on is not going to be very happy for you here. The Suicide Squad 2.
Why?
Yes. Oh, man. There is no specific date, but it's currently pegged for 2020.
Because the first one was so well receed.
Yes.
And people...
After search for directors. That means nobody wants this shit. By the way, even Mel Gibson was among the directors.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It has fallen upon the lap.
Passion of the Joker.
Yeah. Nice. It has fallen upon the lap of Gavin O'Connor, which is a director who did The Accountant, a recent movie.
I like The Accountant.
Yes.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Producers include a couple people who did The Social Network, 50 Shades of Grey, because God knows that was good. I don't know why they're doing this.
Yeah, it's
now.
like who they present. Okay, so they presented the trailer. Who's going to be excited for it, knowing what
that said?
The catastrophe of the first one was.
The first trailers of. Not the first one, but the most updated trailer of the first Suicide Squad, which used music from Queen, was the shit. I'm not even going to lie. It was the shit.
Yeah, the trailer, yeah.
I got excited because of that, and I got disappointed because of the movie.
Yeah, but then we know... Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That the movie ended up being like, okay...
Absolute crap.
Yeah.
Set to come back is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Jared Leto as the Joker, because that makes sense.
Because well, that actually leads credits to the Joker, the Joker movie being a spin-off, which one-off.
That could be it. Yeah. Will Smith is also coming back, and of course, there's going to be some new characters. I have zero fucking
this is
this one. So moving on, gentlemen.
And mind you, this is not. I know it has a ton of negativity, but it's not it's
from the
it's not undeserved.
Yeah.
From what we've gotten so far.
If you saw the first one, you would agree wholeheartedly that there's no. I'm shocked there's going to be a second one.
The second one, yeah.
This is literally desperation. It appears to be. I'm not saying it is, but it appears to be when you're greenlighting an awful film, a sequel to an awful film. And I apologize to anybody who liked the first one. You obviously have no taste. So moving on.
Backhanded apology at its finest.
Flashpoint.
Hey, Martin.
Flashpoint is actually a storyline, believe it or not, but they're calling it Flashpoint, starring the Flash. It's specifically based off of a comic that's called Flashpoint. Barry Allen basically travels back into time to save his mother, returning to a world so dramatically different that the Justice League doesn't exist.
That is interesting in the sense that it has elements of time travel and history alteration, which I do enjoy. And also, I like the Flash character on Justice League.
I was okay with him.
Yeah,
I was okay with him. He wasn't horrible, but I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, at some point I'm just like, he was a little too quirky. He was quirky, but a little too quirky. Mm-hmm. And Ezra Miller is the actor who did it, who did the role. I agree. The concept is interesting. I'd like to see it done right, and hopefully we do see it.
I love these things where you alter the past, now look what happens to the present.
Future, yeah.
I like that concept.
I agree. And then, of course, how do you fix that? If you really, really believe in true time travel, how do you fix that?
Yeah,
because if you have already fixed it, then it would already be fixed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
damn.
Yeah,
that was deep.
I know. I'm just saying.
That was a mind fuck.
So I know.
Wow.
Real time travel is, that's why films don't get it right most of the time. I'm forgiving towards some, and I'm really critical to others.
But watch Looper.
I know, that's actually a bad example too, but I still love Looper. I don't give a shit. All right. Next is Batgirl.
Halle Berry will be playing.
Oh, Batgirl? No.
I'm talking about Catwoman.
Joss Whedon, believe it or not, was hired to direct, write, and produce the Barbara Gordon Batgirl film.
Okay.
But stepped down. Said, fuck that shit. I'm out. In February.
So never mind.
Yes. So right now, I don't know who's doing it, but it's still out there, guys. There is no set production or release date or any further casting details. However, it is on their map.
Hey, we're gonna make a Catwoman. Don't worry.
This is Batgirl, dude.
Damn it! But I'm saying they're gonna make a Catwoman also.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Bring her back now.
Oh yeah.
I was still
completely down.
Yeah. The next film is Nightwing. Nightwing film, if you know who
cool.
That could be cool. Film will focus on Nightwing, aka Dick Grayson, who is most famously known as the first Robin. Grayson took up the Nightwing mantle as the character aged up and became a leader of the Teen Titans.
See, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know
why you grew up and you took the leadership role of the Teen Titans. Or is it called the Titans now?
That is what this article is.
30-something Titans.
This is a Polygon article, and that could just be the person's opinion. I thought he was Robin while he was Teen Titans, and then he finally stepped on his own.
Listen, if I was a superhero, if I was a young superhero, right? The last thing that I would like to be called, because he was the lamest term ever, that you could tell this was written by an old fart, maybe, probably. I don't know, is Teen Titan. I'm a Teen Titan. And I am from the postcards of the whatever. It's a silly name, man.
It is.
I do not like that, Justice League, yes. Damn it. Even Super Friends, you want to call it that. I don't care.
I enjoyed Super Friends.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's a silly time. But you're not going to name your squad of highly trained, superheroes the Teen Titans. That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's DC's fault.
Yeah. I mean, it sold well. It sold well within that age group as well, which is probably why they did it. And what I was reading, so
within the 11 to 18,
11 to 18 demographic. Yes.
Yeah.
Next film is called Justice League Dark. Not to
so it's going to be even more depressing than the one that we got?
Yes, so the first one wasn't depressing. The Batman versus Superman shit was fucking depressing.
Oh, that's the one that I was thinking.
3 hours I won't get back.
Martha. Whatever. This guy was pretty cool.
Believe it or not, Guillermo del Toro began writing the script for this film back in 2013, but then he left.
Yeah, I knew it. I didn't see why you even mention it?
Because it was interest.
But then he said, fuck this shit.
Yeah, he said, fuck this shit. Doug Liman, who signed on as a director early on, he also left.
Damn it.
But he was the director of Edge of Tomorrow, which is a great science fiction film. Well, you should add to your list, by the way, because it has your The Quiet Place.
The end of tomorrow. It has this lady. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave it down. Also, stop mentioning people that are not in the movie.
You got to understand the
we got Jack Nicholson as the Joker, but then he said, no, I'm not doing that again. And he left.
He said, I'm out. Here's what is confirmed, guys. Okay. Characters that will star in Justice League Dark. You'll have
Wonder Woman and Batman and
John Constantine, Zatanna, the Swamp Thing, Deadman, Etrigan the Demon, Spectre, and Madame Xanadu.
The A rotation from DC.
Oh my god!
Also, Generic Man. We'll make it appearance.
Nice reference. I love it. Nice. If you don't know where that's from, you got to go back a few episodes or more than a few, probably a good 30
or buy
episodes.
The Heckler.
Yeah.
The Heckler comic book.
Yeah, there you go. Buy the Heckler comics and you'll know who the Generic Man is.
Yes.
Oh,
Best
man.
supervillain ever.
It is. Honestly, I appreciate it.
It is. I'll tell you one thing. It is the scariest supervillain ever. It is the scariest motherfucker ever. You have to read about Generic Man to understand.
Man, Generic Man.
Start the podcast right now. Or pause it. You Google this and read about Wikipedia. The Heckler comics. The Generic Man.
Yes.
And you'll understand the true meaning of fear.
Oh, I love it. All right. Finally, we have a Man of Steel sequel because...
Yes, finally. And Superman closes this.
No, I wish he did. I'm going to... maybe we're running a little bit live, but I'll Man of Steel sequel.
People like it. People know.
Yeah, that's fine. All we know is that Amy Adams is coming back, and I would assume so is Henry Cavill because he is Superman, for Christ's sake. No much further details is known. However, this movie was literally supposed to already be out. Like, it was originally pegged. As the time frame, it should already be out.
Well, you gotta understand, the movie probably went into production already, but now they're taking the time to digitally remove his sideburns.
Oh, yeah. That takes time.
Exactly.
A movie that is definitely already set to happen, Deathstroke, will star Joe Manganiello.
That will be cool.
He first appeared in the post-credit scenes of the Justice League, if you saw the post-credit scene of Justice League. Has recently confirmed that Deathstroke's standalone film, first announced in 2017, is still in the works. However, when pressed for details about the film at the premiere,
I'm not doing this. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
There are things in the works. That's all I can say. That's exactly what he said. So we don't have a date. I don't know. I don't know about the...
I'll be down with a Deathstroke movie.
Yeah, but why? Are we going to be following him as the character?
I know. Oh man, this is the problem. They don't have a lot of interesting heroes. Look what they're putting on the next Justice League. The Heckler, and
the Generic
Man, and whatever was the other ones.
Oh, the Swamp Thing. Now, here's one thing. Sidebar.
I don't need a movie about Swamp Thing.
First of all, there was already a movie about Swamp Thing back in the 80s, and it was a shit.
No, it was shit.
Yeah, it was shit. But still, it was pretty good for its time. But no, there is actually a Swamp Thing comic book where Swamp Thing comes to Gotham, takes over Gotham, and literally almost destroys the city. And Batman has to, obviously, it's Gotham, so he actually has to. But he almost
was like, that's your problem.
But he almost freaking dies because Swamp Thing is pretty. I mean, as silly as the character is, he's actually pretty powerful.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Black Adam. Dwayne The Rock Johnson has been attached to the Black Adam name since 2008.
That will work.
A Black Adam standalone was announced in January 2017. Black Adam is one of the Shazam arch nemesis, but in recent comic development, the character has turned into more of an anti-hero. So it appears that's more the route they're going to take. Likely, so.
That could work if done right. And
I'll be down with that.
I'll be down with that.
Next movie is called Lobo. Do you ever see or know anything about Lobo?
Does he have a bow and arrow?
He does not know.
Okay, then no.
Lobo is an interstellar bounty hunter and mercenary who wears chains and smokes. After more than decades of rumors, he is finally getting his own film. The only Lobo comic that I've ever actually read. First of all, they are extremely graphic. And I mean extremely graphic.
What I mean, like pornographic almost?
No. Like horror. I mean, he's chopping people's heads off, and there's it's pretty. But this way, he killed Santa Claus in the Saint Nick. Yeah, he literally beheaded Santa Claus, and I think he did something to the Easter Bunny. I don't know, but
what the hell is this? What's happening?
Yeah.
What do you mean Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? Those sound real.
I know. However,
this comic is unrealistic. They got superheroes, which are real, battling Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and murdering the Easter Bunny.
Yes. It was pretty bad.
That makes no sense.
That was the only comic I ever had of Lobo, and because I was just like, I don't know. I mean, it was cool character. He's a bounty hunter, but he's like a real
badass.
Shitty. Yeah. Well, he's like. He's good at what he does, but he's just crazy. Let's put it that way. He's very crazy. To see him in a movie, it's almost like Natural Born Killers.
In
a comic. Yeah, it's just a crazy nut. Yeah. So if they do that route,
that could be interesting.
Interesting. I just don't see them going that route. Although it's Lobo, a film, I don't know how you do that without an R.
So who do they cast for it?
From the look of him, I don't know, dude. I mean, he basically wears makeup, and he's got like crazy hair.
What's this guy from Cheers that appeared on the Hunger Games and
I know you're talking about Woody
Allen. Yeah. Woody Allen?
No. Woody's in the show Cheers, but his name is Woody Harrelson. Yeah,
Woody Harrelson. That's the name.
Yeah. So
definitely not Woody Allen. Harrison. I forgot. All right. So yeah.
So this is what I'll post this on the group so you guys can see it. But this is essentially what Lobo looks like.
So he has long hair, and
I mean, if you think about it, you have a good look at him. Jason Momoa can pull that off, but he's already Aquaman.
Yeah, exactly. He's already Aquaman. Oh man.
Yeah, too bad, guys. As you can tell, there are still more movies for the record. The Batman, obviously, a first solo film in the new DC era, was originally announced in 2014, and we are still waiting, mostly because Ben Affleck is in, then he's not in, then he's out again. He's like, no, maybe, I'm not sure. Let me check with my publicist.
I wanted to give Ben Affleck the benefit of the doubt. And you know I was throwing the benefit of the doubt when he was casted. I was like, I don't know, but yeah, I could be down with a chunky Batman, or it looked cool. I'm not convinced that he's a good Batman.
Yeah, Batman vs Superman to me was not great, but again, I think it has zero to do with him. Although, frankly, fool me once.
Yes.
Freaking Daredevil fool me twice with this one. I'm like, maybe not. Yeah. It's a shame, but I would. There were moments of that movie where I was like, "This is pretty awesome," but there were so few in Batman vs. Superman. The warehouse sequence where he goes to rescue Martha essentially was amazing. I was like, "Holy shit, this is exactly what I want from a Batman movie." But it was.
But they don't have that little bit of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
A good thing he didn't kill anybody, or did he?
Oh well, that's debatable. A movie called The New Gods.
The New Gods. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's called The New Gods, which essentially, basically, is a bunch of people from Darkseid's world. There's very little on this film, but it's in their future essentially.
I feel like at this point they're saying, "Hey, we're gonna have a movie about open page 72, and this is random character, and boom." Okay, yes, Robin. Yes, it's gonna have his own movie. No, you're talking about Dick Grayson. No, we're not talking about Nightwing. We're talking about Robin because that's the one we are.
Yep. Next one is the Gotham City Sirens, which actually I heard this was actually more closer to happening than anything else. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is set to get more and more time with women. So this film is set to focus on 3 female villains: Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn.
All right.
And it's supposed to include Jared Leto again as the Joker because why not?
Because, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I think what's her name did okay. I guess it depends on the casting of the other 2 characters. I don't know much about
Halle Berry. That's Catwoman.
You did call it, and why not? Let's bring her back, man.
Let's give it a second chance.
Yeah,
cats have 9 lives after all.
Yeah, she has got at least 8 going, right?
Yeah.
I don't know much about this. Again, there's not much about this film. It's just been like out there and announced. We'll see. David Ayer is tied to it, which doesn't say much because he did Suicide Squad, so that's not.
Oh, then there you go. Then we're done.
Yeah. Then Harley Quinn standalone film also was announced. Again, Margot Robbie.
Why does she need its own movie? Like
Harley Quinn is a bit. Hello, how many Harley Quinns did we see when we went to MegaCon?
Yes, yeah.
She's
like
popular. Yeah, she's popular out there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would, enjoy a film with just her. I mean, I don't think her Harley Quinn was a very interesting character.
I don't think the type of character is said to be any there is a reason. There's a lot of Harley Quinns, but I feel it's more I want to look sexy. I want to look. Then this character is a cool character, to strive that you can strive for or that you look up to. Yeah. First of all, if you look up to Harley Quinn as a role model, that says a lot about you already. And not that I'm judging, but I'm going to judge.
No, a lot of people forget that she's basically, your classic Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems to be
almost
like
a comic relief at this point, which is sad the way that she gets played. So it's like there's no strong woman type, on this that could be played as. It's like, no. And if you try to build one now, it's still artificial because you still have her dressing like a clown, almost.
Exactly,
so it's no, man.
It's a shame. These last 3 are question marks, meaning that they're on the docket,
but they might run out of funds.
But yeah, at that point, nobody will ever watch them because whatever. Yeah. The first one is
the era of heroes. It's gone.
May have ended. Yeah. The Harley Quinn and Joker rom-com. Yes. Yes, that is out there, my friends.
Oh, you're done. That is
out there.
That's it.
When Harry Met Sally, Crazy Stupid Love, mixed in with DC Comics is essentially what they're doing.
Sure.
The other Joker film, which will a standalone film, which will star Jared Leto because everybody loved that Joker.
What? They're going to have 2 of them, really?
It's out there.
Oh, my God. What is going on?
And last but not least, Supergirl.
She's coming this late in the party.
Well, technically, she's on the DC TV, like the series. There's a series which I saw maybe a couple episodes. I was like, this is god awful.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
I didn't like it.
Wow.
That said, if they do something separate, chances are they're going to use somebody new anyway because they don't mix the worlds.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, considering that lineup, really think about the lineup I just spent half an hour going through and tell me what stands out to you that's going to shake the world, guys.
I think, if anything, it will cement more the superhero fatigue.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I feel like half of these movies might not see the light of day.
I would agree.
Yeah.
A lot of them have some things already signed on pen and paper. But a lot of them, no.
Let's put it this way: you probably still see the roadmap, But a lot of movies that were mentioned there that has not been shipped already, they're probably not going to appear.
Yeah.
Joker and Harley Quinn rom-com, get the hell out of here. Like, that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Considering that is the furthest relationship that can be considered a romantic comedy.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, that should be like some like dark, like wake up, like the same funny kind of pretty much thing. For what Harley Quinn is, it's basically a slave to the Joker. Mm-hmm. No, man,
she breaks away. The whole point is that she breaks away. She goes with the sirens. Which that is actually an interesting part of it. She there's something attached. She's got this mental break where she's still kind of attached to him. But that's an interesting. The part is an interesting thing. But to make it a joke or make it a comedy, it's like
and also if that was the fact, I feel like if this was a conversion, like let's say Robin grew up and he became Nightwing, right? Yeah. If this was a total conversion where yes, this was Harley. This was the former Harley Quinn. Now she is, and she's something else. A new identity. Then that will give more credence to the fact that I completely broke with the hold that he had, that the Joker had in me. But keeping the identity of the Harley Quinn, you're basically taking with you the worst part of it.
Correct.
Which was you were the Joker's doll. Yeah. You were the Joker's plaything.
Yep.
And you will continue to be for the rest of your life. And that's why the Harley Quinn is an awful, terrible thing to try to get girls to look forward to.
It's definitely a tragic character, and I think a lot of people miss out on that.
Yeah.
I think the point of them bringing the sirens and making her part of that was to say, hey, she is pulling away. She is growing as a person and realizing that I don't think you're ever gonna see that type of thing there. But
but there was a couple of things that were like, I think if you were to ask me which one stands out, maybe that Flashpoint.
Flashpoint stands out. The Green Lantern Corps kind of stands out. I would be interested in that. And but that's pretty much
that's all I can give it though. Yeah,
that's all. And maybe Aquaman. We'll see.
I'm not sure about Aquaman, but good luck.
Good luck, Momoa. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of an awesome real episode 121. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, please, once again, go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. It takes you right to our Facebook group of awesome people. And also, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Mad Dog, signing off for this week. Mr. Santos.
I don't know, man. Just rewind this and listen to it again.
Yeah.
Just wait for the next one.
Exactly.
Or just remember to go back and to go to the YouTube and like it. I mean, just subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate that.
Be cool people like that. I know everybody asks for that, but come on, nobody is as close. None of them are as close. We respond to every comment.
We do,
and we will like your pictures. And we will hoard ourselves out. And if you join my Instagram special club, I'll give you private access to my private account where you can see some racy pictures. I want to stop now.
All right.
This joke went too far.
Yes, just a little bit. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
GG!